Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Legends of Logomancy. I will be your DM for the next 4 sessions, and I look forward to the laughter, tears, and other human emotions that may come about. But before all that, welcome back, James. How are you doing?
I am living the dream.
You live in the dream.
Yeah, I have a new baby. She's adorable, and she smells like
Aw.
coconuts.
What?
It's
Sorry, is that a thing about babies?
It's a thing about babies.
The thing about
Sometimes you
clean
need to.
babies.
Sometimes you need to oil their heads.
Oh my gosh. Okay, scraping off cradle cap with coconut oil on their head is like oddly satisfying.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Sorry.
Welcome back, James.
3/5 of us are or about to be parents. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, fair. All right. Yeah, you know what? That's more than fair.
Look,
David, hi. How are you, friend?
I'm doing well. I still haven't painted this wall, but that's happening next weekend.
Interesting that Alone Donut says scrape a baby, because we use the term shave a baby almost daily to like get the yogurt off kids' faces.
I believe it.
It's how she learned to be a not messy eater.
I'm good though. I'm doing well. It's been a good week. I've had just overall a very exciting week, and I'm very excited to be playing some D&D.
Oh, fantastic. Mac, how are you,
Well,
friend?
James, I know you said that like 3/5 of us are expecting a child. Well, me and Riley have an announcement to make.
Who do you know?
We're not going to tell you which one of us is, but
Yep.
it'll be a surprise. No, I'm okay. It's a boring weekend. Didn't really do much. Started building a sand rock.
Sand rock.
Cool sand rock.
Yes, please. Oh my gosh, I started digging through my old books and I was finding all my Gundam manga and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, this is just amazing."
And
Hell
Melissa, how are you doing this week?
Doing very, very well. You know, it's been a really nice, relaxing Sunday, which has been wonderful. And I got to celebrate one of my dearest friends' birthdays this weekend and hang out with some friends. It was a good time.
Good. Awesome.
What about you?
Me? We're fine. No, everything's going good. It's I'm playing D&D with my friends, and I'm very much so looking forward to an arc where I'll make you all cry and anguish and pain. With that being said,
Super exciting.
let us go right into it with actually a quick month recap. Why not first? And then we'll get into everything that's kind of going on. It's going to be about a month's time from the end of Melissa's arc into this arc. So I would love to hear what some of our characters are up to first before I tell what Dern is up to.
I think we should introduce.
Oh, introduce? Introduce what?
Nothing.
We'll get there.
No, we'll get there. Go ahead. Go ahead,
Characters will be introduced when they're introduced, David.
Okay, fine.
David. But let's start off with Hoots. How about?
Okay.
In the kitchens.
Mhm.
And he and a certain Galahad were working on something that was found in Dern's box. Now, I think... Hey, James, stop. We don't need the face.
I guess we found out which one of us is.
Was it Lemony Winks?
Lemony Winks.
Is the Warforged Titan now named Lemony Winks? Brave Sir Lemony Winks?
So how about we go along with that without the face, James?
He's innocent.
He's never innocent. But I think you guys said that you guys were going to take care of that. Is that correct?
Yeah, reasonably. Look. Here's the thing. You're the DM. I'm here to help. If he asks you something that you don't want to give, I'll just tell you.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. I didn't know how this was going to go. I didn't know how this was going to go. All I got was a small message about it. So we're going to zoom back a little bit, and we're going to have Callahan, looking at a scrap piece of metal on a desk, looking up at Hoots, going, "Why did you bring this here?"
Well, see, here's the thing. This thing would have wrecked our shit if it had properly been able to take form. I have been trying to reopen it because it's deactivated. My plan is to see if we can actually either replicate this or get some of the technology as it. But here's the thing: whatever the fuck it's made out of, I have been scratching and prying away at it for days, days, and this is
Uh,
my third knife.
Callahan takes the knife from your hand and folds it down, gives it back to you, and goes, "Well, I guess, we can start by, I guess, have you done an arcane on it? Have you done,
Oh, it's magical. It reeks of magic. I
uh-huh,
couldn't even tell you what types they are. I
uh-huh.
know, I understand. I took out the book to understand what the different colors of magic are supposed to mean. I'm going to be completely real with you. Um, I'm still not 100% sure, but there's a lot.
Okay.
I
And
have
this,
managed to get the legs to unfold, so I mostly have a box with legs, and that is from the foot plate.
Callahan kind of leans back in his chair and he's looking at this metal contraption and going, "Okay, all right. We'll do
I've
some
been at
more
this for a
research.
month.
We know that this is a Warforge, and this came from where again?"
So Big Lizard, Dern.
Dern. I'm aware
Yeah.
of Dern. He's broken many things in my shop. I'm aware.
Okay. Has he? We had a pile of metal bars. Some of them are missing. He's not using those for CrossFit, is he?
If he took them, you're finding them for me.
Okay. I had plans for them. They're mostly scrap metal, but I think I can just claim them. Anyways, Dern has a little box he carries around with him. Sometimes it opens up and he finds new things in it. The first time I guess he managed to do it, he found a crystal that had something from wherever Dern's originally from before the womb. And then after that, he opened it up and it folded out into, well, the legs that are downstairs in the workshop. Imagine if there was a body and not just a box-ish thing. It's heavy. It is very heavy, but it's not heavy when it's in the box.
So it's a bag of holding, this cube, this box that Dern has.
It's too heavy for a bag. You told me I can only carry about 500 pounds in my backpack,
Yes.
and it's way heavier than 500 pounds. Like it would rip my backpack open and
You mean
whatever
the
happened.
dent that's in the table?
Yeah.
Yep.
That bar of metal, that shred we managed to pull off, is from when we broke it when we fought it, and it still took me probably a month of working to be able to pull that apart.
Got
And
it.
that's probably 50 pounds right there.
Got it. Oh boy. All right. Well, let's start working on it then. So Callahan and Hoot start working on this chart, trying to figure out a little bit more, working together. And this is where I'm going to nudge James for a little bit of information about what Callahan can figure out about this.
Hoots, that'd be arcane, probably at advantage because you've got a bit of help.
Okay.
Just a little bit of help.
Probably with guidance because it's Callahan.
Yep.
Okay.
I didn't know I had to read Callahan's sheet before this.
Oh, good. That's a
dirty 25.
Dirty 25. Yeah.
Between the two of you, you get this thing on basically a lift jack, a pallet jack, and get it downstairs because it is thousands of pounds. Even folded the way it is, it's still pretty hefty.
From what I remember about Callahan's office, though, like they had to carry it all the way up just to carry it all the way down.
Yeah. Laying it out in the essentially like a hydraulic lift that works on magic. You've got the legs unfolded, and through a little bit of tinkering and a lot of sledgehammer, like the appropriate, like the $25,000 engineer sledgehammer, where it's like, you paid me that much because I knew where to hit it with this thing. You unfold it, and you see a bunch of magical runes inscribed into its belly at different points that would naturally make a joint. And with a 25, you recognize 2 spells. Drawmage's instant summoning
Okay, hold that thought. I'm gonna write these down so I don't.
and demiplane.
Tromage's instant summoning.
hmm And demiplane. And essentially, how it works is every roughly 10 pounds worth of the Warforged has a little ring, a band around it that summons the next 10 pounds of Warforged, that summons the next 10 pounds of Warforged in a chain over and over and over and over again. So much like a transformer that turns from a cassette tape into a full-sized pickup truck, this thing is able to go from being a very small size, holding the majority of its mass in alternate dimensions, different alternate dimensions, into a full-sized fuck-off transformer. Based on what it is and how it came out of Dern's box, this was likely intended as a trap or as a guardian of some kind to prevent further access to his box, unless it was the right person with the right key. Think of it like an Optimus Prime themed chastity belt.
I'm glad you said it because it was like,
Roll out.
So Callahan just kind of looks up to Hoots and goes, "So, does Dern still have that item?"
Oh God, I hope so.
Based on your findings and what's here, these are magic spells that you know exist. You found them referenced in a book that's like 289 pages, and the insert for it is about this big. Of like shit that wizards can do and only wizards can do. Callahan even gives you so the first one, the instant summoning, I can't do that shit. And the demiplane one, I really can't do that shit. So a powerful arcane caster put this here. Yeah. I can't replicate that. If you want to, I mean, you can go to the towers and become a wizard, I guess.
Could we just ask a wizard? Because I feel like that's probably a lot easier. Also involves less writing and less books.
I mean, you're not wrong at the technical college, but let's be fair. The thing is it's a very expensive. Every 10 feet of this is about 1,000 gold worth of sapphires to get it to function once. So, given that this thing is heavy, yeah.
Are the sapphires still present?
It is a material component consumed when casting the spell.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is like dude standing there being like, that's a lot of material. I bet I could sell it and build my workshop. I was gonna try and fix it, but that sounds a lot like more reasonable.
Well, here's a cool thing, and he reaches into his coat, and he's got a leather roll. He rolls it out, and it's a series of tuning forks. And he pulls one out that's this kind of like dull gray shade. And he pings it against something, and it makes no sound. And he pings it against this thing, and it goes straight tinnitus immediately. And he's like, not all of it, but a good portion of that's adamantine. So, I mean, you could probably strip some stuff away. I mean, it's good for armors. It's not so much good for weapons because it's fucking heavy. But I mean, it'd take you a while, and it's not easy to do. But there's some value here. Is it yours or is it Dern's?
I have to talk to Dern about that. We agreed that I could look at it and see about getting it functional, but when it comes to the actual physical thing, I don't know. Would it make more sense to see if we could reprogram it I mean, like, get some jumper cables. It's like an old computer, right? You just stick the jumper cables to it, wipe the hard drive clean, put your own OS on it.
You could try. I mean, so you remember Ern?
Mm-hmm.
You know
I
how
liked her.
Ern's kind of she's kind of a person, but she's not like your typical person.
Yeah, she was made out of pottery. I remember that much.
Yeah. So I'm not sure how these things are people.
This one
And
didn't seem intelligent. It just attacked. It didn't really have anything to say.
so counterpoint, and this is just a suggestion. This is all you, man. You hollow out its chest and put a chair inside.
Okay, I like where this is going.
With
Do you think we could tape flames on it?
Yeah,
Because
with
I heard chicks love
joysticks.
giant robots.
Right? Hollow out the chest cavity. We'll mount some exterior cameras, and it can just run on hydraulics and magic and shit.
I like that
I'm
idea
just saying,
more.
like,
I like that idea more.
you do you, but
I was going to ask if I could leave it here, but now that we've unfolded most of it, I don't think either of us have a choice.
you've gotten about its waist down
Yeah.
at this point in your tasks. It folded in on itself and went like crunch, 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 as though trying to fold back into an exterior dimension. But yeah, it's on a hydraulic lift.
Yeah.
Do your worst.
So as we come to the conclusion of Hoots is building a mech warrior type thing.
It's a Gundam. I had to say the quiet part out loud, and that bothers me.
Damn straight, it's a Gundam.
I'm going for more Megas XLR, but that's...
I'm just imagining who, like, I don't know. I want you to build something like Jurassic Park themed, where you're just like in this thing, and now you can go and see all of the raptors and the other interesting creatures out in the forest. You're just protected in a bubble of adamantine. Be like, cool.
Thump, thump. I'm gonna pet the velociraptors.
I just see him expanding his wings out. He's zorbing all the way through the fields.
So as Hoots and Caliban work on this large device over the month, we're going to zoom out from the kitchens and we're going to find ourselves near the meadows. And we are going to find ourselves in a tree hut with a certain tabaxi. What has Quill been up to in the last month? You are muted, sir.
Don't tell me what to do.
You're not my dungeon daddy.
Never say that again. Because he is. No. Well, for the first 10 days of the month, Quill just basically napped.
Okay, fair.
Because felt like the right thing to do. He was tired. It had been a long time. He'd been in a weird spot. He technically almost died. Didn't die, but he almost died. And then he went to another realm, and he's been coughing up sparkly hairballs for a while. So he just needed some time to rest. To apparently, hair licked in the Feywild travels back to you in weird ways. So yeah, he just kind of slept for a while, and then the last 20 days, he kind of woke up on day 11 and was like, all right, it's time to do things. And he hopped to it and then promptly went back to sleep for 5 more days.
So by day 16...
On day 16, realizing that it's been a while since he'd done anything and he should probably try and keep active with his shooting, he got to it and began to start practicing. And on the first day of training, he did something that he never thought about doing, which was shooting 2 arrows in succession, really fast. He never thought about this before, and then after the events of his last adventure, he thought, why don't I just start shooting 2 things at once? And so he did. And now every time he draws an arrow, he makes sure to keep a second one in there, so he pulls let's go and drops the other one down and pulls in let's go. So that's a big thing he learned. He learned that on day 16. And he spent the rest of the time Basically playing with Lou, jumping around, having a good time, roaring, and just kind of, he hadn't been focusing as much on Lou lately because it's kind of hard to train your stuffed toy how to be a dragon when you're in an abandoned thing underground. So he really wanted to focus some time on Lou, meet some locals, go to his favorite little watering hole, and so that brings us to like day 20. And then he just kind of chilled around and talked with people, bothered Hoots a little bit, just having a good time. Nothing too
Awesome.
crazy.
Now, you know what? And that's okay. It's okay to have those down days and down, not down, just relaxing.
Yeah,
if
exactly.
you will.
Just give good old bath to Lou. Lou was getting a little musty.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. That's fantastic. So we kind of come to the month end for Quill. Now, this might be a little presumptuous to ask, but can we get a little update on Agnes? Or is that still a secret?
Well, Agnes sent word once.
Once. Yep.
Once, in the form of an unexpected message coming through to we're gonna send this one out to Quill. And so Quill, on approximately day 13,
Yes.
as you are eating a snack in the early morning light, lazing around on your bed, you hear, "Hi, Quill. I'm still hanging out with Magnus, learning all kinds of cool." Oh no! Don't do that. Sorry, gotta go. Bye. You can respond to this message.
Quill, not knowing how this works and hearing you in his head, kind of goes, where are like this is him responding. This is part of his word count. How many words do I get?
30.
Oh, I get 30 words.
Yep.
25.
25. Sorry, I should know that. You get 25 words.
He goes, hello? What was that? Was that you, Agnes? Why are you in my head? Well, it's nice to hear that you're alive, but it sounds like you're about to not be alive, so please send another message soon. And then he goes, good, and that's the last word.
Good.
And you don't hear anything further from Agnes for the time being. Behind the curtain a little bit, Agnes has been on some adventures with Magnus.
Cool.
And is learning a great deal that wasn't available to her in the womb.
Fantastic.
More to be discussed at a later date.
I just want to add in really quickly that after that, Quill frequently would just speak to the air, hoping that you could hear him. Not sure of how your spell works.
James, you technically don't have a character just yet that we know of. But is there any updates in the womb for the past month that might be an interesting thing?
Well, so you guys spend a fair bit of downtime between adventures, and you've noticed as you interact with the town, more and more of these thick cables appearing between the towers and the bennies, and just like you're starting to see for the folks that come from Earth, they almost look like power lines and radio antennas. And occasionally, long, thin bits of stone are being added along the side of pathways. And conspicuous blue boxes showing up here and there. The size that you could totally fit a person into and see out little windows.
Womp. Womp. Womp.
Yeah.
James, you're coming through 2 mics.
I'm coming through 2 mics.
You're coming through twice on Twitch.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you.
All better.
Awesome. So a little bit of a technology kind of thing going on in the womb. Or Magitech?
Well, it comes through as you go into the box, you say, I need I need the bennies. And somebody from the bennies answers.
That's pretty cool.
Back and forth and back and forth.
They're creating telephone lines.
Yeah. For all intents
Doable
and
with
purposes.
D&D.
Doable with D&D.
And I'll give a small update about Dern. Not too much. Dern has actually kind of moved out of the bennies for the time being. And he has a small place that he shares with a couple of others by the pits, because that's where he spends a lot of his time. And we'll go back to what the pits is in just a little bit. But that's where Dern has been for most of the month. And he has gone off on a small trek near the end of the month, and we'll come back to that. But we're going to start proper here. And we are going to go right into our game. And let me know if that's too loud, please.
Sounds good to me.
Awesome. Where is my light thing? There's my light thing. And we let the music build up. And we go into a little bit of mood lighting. Snow, sleet, rain, and hail. All have come in force on this side of Naylore. Early winter has come, and it has come very hard. It's overtaken the whole countryside. During a snow squall, a single figure is seen walking towards a small town, very slowly. The cloak they wear is blowing in the wind and almost flying off. Ice hangs from their face, but they do not stop moving. Every step is labored. Pain is shown across their face. The champion is fighting something. Grunts and pain and agony amplify with each snowy step. A small lantern hangs in the doorframe, lighting a small sign with a grouping of wildflowers etched on the sign. A hand of twisted muscle and scales slams on the door to the small inn. Muffled voices from inside stop as the slamming continues. A hand reaches for the door, just about to open it, but the weight of the armored individual falls forward. Retching on the floor in pain, a kindly yet cold hand stretches out to her friend's head. Dern's worried look falls over Dern as he begins to thrash about. Welcome to Arc 6, the Cursed Champion. As a messenger rides through the snow on top of a steed carrying a plea for help, we pull the camera back to the lands of Naylore, a world that is vast in character and mysteries. From the gates of Hemlig and its vast sea to the peaks of the north, and the half-truths of the Myrian cities. We find ourselves at the strangest place of all, the womb. Just before the sun starts to rise on this winter day, the stars and moon lights the path. Steam rises from a couple of mugs and bowls just outside the kitchens. A goblin named Vance, and a half-elf named Ash, and an owlin who we're very familiar with at this point, are standing outside a small fire pit discussing memories of their home. With most of the repairs done in the city from the previous 2 nights, Cal had decided to give the kitchens a day off. Most had earned it. Most. 2 hammers could be heard from inside. They sounded almost sad? Regretful. No, wait, hold on. Sorry, it's the voice sound of, sorry, sir, we won't do it again, sir. As Vance looks to Hoots.
So, Canada. The whole Canada thing. Well, what's that about?
Vance is a goblin from Greyhaven, from a planet called Orth. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. And Vance looks to Hoots and asks about Canada.
Wow. What's to tell about Canada? I mean, greatest country on the planet. For sure. Some would disagree, but they're wrong. We got hockey, we got maple syrup. I don't know what else you need. Timmy's. Not as good as it used to be, not since the Americans bought it. It's cold, you know. Nights like this remind me of back home, especially where I am up north. It gets cold at night, you know, but this is actually kind of nice.
Vance just kind of shivers a bit and goes, I don't know, I'm used to the warm. This is a little too much for me.
This isn't even cold yet. Wait till she gets down to minus 40, bud. Then you'll be cold.
As you are talking with these two about the past, and they're talking about their worlds, and Ash is actually from Ireland, and she's been more recent than you, so she would be probably the newest artificer to kind of hit the blocks. But as you guys are talking, a stag comes barreling through the snow, almost knocking over the barrel Vance was sitting on. Wow! As he falls into the snow.
That's the thing you don't see every day.
Are you Hoots?
That would be me, yeah.
Okay, I got a letter for you. It's from Ern. It said to gather your party up and get to Orenstraat.
Ern.
Yeah. But yeah, I have to go find a guy named, oh gosh, what's his name? Argoth Nax? Where would I
Can't
find
say.
him?
Argoth? Can't say I heard of him. You know, got a bit more info on him? Anything else I should know?
Something about the Bennies, trainer for the Paladins or something like that.
Okay. Never mind. I'm just losing people's names in my memory. So you see the stairs, right? Over there?
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a bit of a hike, but you should be able to make it.
Oh, bloody hell. All right. Well,
Because you can fly.
I'll get your people and meet me down at the bottom of the stairs. Apparently, there's a message for you in the second part, too.
Okay.
And the rider goes barreling off.
Well, been pleasure talking to both of you. Apparently, duty calls. And he kind of gives one last look over to the kitchens and goes, and you know, it's a cold night. Maybe you tell Callahan to be not so hard on them, even if they earned it.
I'll try not to, or I'll try to. See you, Hoots.
And Ash, who didn't really say too much, just holds her cup very close to her lips as she's drinking her coffee, going like, what the fucking world did I just come into? Stags running through towns, goblins. She was an accountant before this.
An accountant.
So yeah, you kind of got that. You are now left with your own devices at the moment, sir.
Well, Agnes is out of town, and I think if he's heading up towards the Bennies. He'll probably run into Dern, and Dern's likely to come on his own, so I'm gonna go find Quill. Hoots stops and thinks about this decision for a minute and is like, is Quill the first one I want to go find?
You know it is, baby.
Yeah, it's
Nothing more you want in life than me.
that's it's gonna be the best way to do things. And yeah, off to Quill's little treehouse I go.
All right, so you're passing through the womb, and the sun is slowly just starting to creep above. We're starting to get into late rising sun now, so It's a beautiful sight over the town. It had just freshly snowed, and there's just something about the womb while it's this quiet. It maintains its mysteries, its secrets, but it's just somewhat more open at night, especially during the snow. And you find yourself all the way to Quill's treehouse.
Hoots is gonna pack up a snowball and just kind of lightly woof it at the window.
I'm not going to make you roll that because it's just a snowball. Actually, no, I do roll that, actually.
What do you want? What kind of roll do you want for that? Dexterity?
You know what? Just dexterity. Yeah, let's go dexterity. Let's get a roll going.
That's a 12.
Well, you hit the window. It's a window on a wall, and you know you grew up in snowy Canada. You know what it's. You know how to throw a snowball.
Shoving my hands in my pockets, I just up to the top, be like, Quill.
You hear nothing in response.
Okay. And Hoots is gonna pick up another snowball and he's gonna carry it up to the door. Because there's a door right at the front.
Yes.
Yeah. Is it locked?
No.
Okay. Hoots is literally just gonna open and let himself into Quill's room and stand in the doorway, patting like the snowball into a more like ball form, going, "Hey, buddy, I need ya."
You see an empty room in front of you, with Quill not inside of it.
Are there other rooms? There's just one room.
It's just one big circular room.
It's a fire lit.
The fire is lit.
Hoots is gonna throw the snowball back outside and actually like step properly into the room, dust his hands off, and look around and go, "Where the fuck would Quill be first thing in the morning?"
Roll a perception check. And Matt, could you please roll me a stealth check?
That's a 20, a dirty 20, but a 20.
I mean, I'm not in the room, so I don't know if rolling is stealth.
Fair enough.
You
Okay.
have windows.
On a 20, what do I see, Riley? Then
Oh, I mean, let's take a look here. Matt, could you describe your room a little bit? Like a couple of like ornate details that might be there.
Yeah, you see
This is who-
you see a circular room with an unused bed in the corner and a pile of blankets on the floor near a fireplace, which look very used. You see a slightly used kitchen. Doesn't exactly have much of a need for dishes, typically. And then on the walls, you see some of the trinkets and stuff he's taken over time, swords and bows and things like that he's acquired, each time fully legally, technically. Just kind of like on the wall, you see his regular bow kind of up against the doorway. And that's really it. There's not, he's just a bunch of knickknacks, a random assortment of stuff.
Yeah. But you do know that Quill is not in the room at all. I think David is talking to his wife.
yeah, I'm talking to my light. I figured this was a more fitting
Yeah.
color. Well, Hoots is gonna step back out onto the entryway back into the snow and close the door kind of behind him, and go, "He definitely shouldn't leave a fire going if he's not gonna be home. That's how you burn down your house." Is that how Jim's house went? Gas leak. Gas leak took Jim's house.
Oh, man.
Well,
Are you still upstairs or did you go back down to the ground?
No, just standing like at the top of the stairs.
You're still okay. You hear nothing. Nothing back.
Okay. At this point, it might be faster just to go find Agnes. And so, yeah, Hoot's gonna walk back to the bottom and just start yelling Quill's name as he kind of goes.
I can't find the cat. Let's go to Hemlock.
It's a
Okay.
silly place.
And now I'm going to roll a stealth.
Okay.
My passive is 14.
That's a nat 1, baby. What's happening right now is as you come to the bottom, in the back of your eye, you see Quill latched onto the tree, the giant tree stump, just like shimmying around the side and staring at you and then shimmying back. He's making very clear noises. He's kind of shimmies down to the bottom with you, and he's like sneaking behind you. And he's got 2 snowballs in his hands, but you can see and hear him very clearly.
There's
I'm
Listen.
going to give Hoots the opportunity to throw a snowball first.
yeah, and Hoots is gonna definitely take it. Like, not even like, it's like just a handful of snow he reached down and grabbed and just like woofed. It's like vaguely packed as he squeezes it in one hand.
Yep. Go ahead and just roll a dexterity check.
For snowball. That's a 30-20.
Quill, you just get smacked in the face with a pretty wet snowball.
You turn back and you just see Quill standing there with these 2 snowballs in his hand, slowly crumbling as he goes, I really got to get better at this. He goes, I guess that's something I probably should have done the last 30 days.
It's good to learn how to throw a snowball perfectly, yeah. Maybe be sneaky.
And he kind of
If you wore less armor, it'd be easier to sneak. You know that, right? You make a lot of...
But then I wouldn't have my stuff, my dragon armor.
What if I make you not noisy dragon armor? I'm pretty sure I've got all the tools back in the kitchen to do that for you,
If you
buddy.
do it with my current armor, that'd be fine, but I don't want new armor. I love my armor.
Okay.
And as I'm staring at you, I kind of pause for a second and I go, oh, right. I suppose I could have done this. And I kind of like, just like throw my hands like I'm trying to throwing the snow. And I go, "Wah." And as I do that, as it kind of rains around me, a veil of shadows just kind of like pushes out for me. And you are now also in this veil of shadows, and you notice that you are not crunching on the snow as you walk.
I could have used this when hunting.
Yeah, so like, I was like, one of the days I was actually doing stuff, I was like in the woods, and I was trying to like catch this squirrel, and I couldn't catch the squirrel, and I got really mad, and then all of a sudden everything was really dark, and I caught the squirrel, and I've just been doing it ever since.
I mean, it's a cool trick. I'm excited to use it. I'm excited to do it.
Cool has not
So-
learned any of his magics by putting any effort.
No.
That's what we expect from Quill.
So as the sun starts to rise a little bit more, Toots, you remember what you came by for.
Right. So there's some we had a stag run through looking for us. Apparently Ern sent notice that we need that we're needed. So I figured I'd come get you since I have no idea where Agnes is still.
Oh, okay. Well, I suppose I should go turn my fire off because I don't want to have what happened to your friend happen to me. And I'm just going to go upstairs and grab my weapons and turn off my fireplace. And
I love how Quill isn't from Earth and has no idea of what an electric fireplace would be, but uses the term "turn off my fireplace."
yeah, you turn the fire on and you turn the fire off. If he didn't have guests, he would have peed it out. So just be glad that I have guests.
Yeah, so you guys start making your ways back to the womb proper and to the Bennies. And luckily for you guys, one of those blue phone booths was at the bottom of the stairs, and it was thankfully the rider didn't have to climb all the way up the stairs, because you see Argoth and this rider come in, or standing at the bottom of the stairs, talking to each other. And Argoth turns his head to you guys. I'm just gonna do this because in that way it looks like I'm actually looking at you guys while I'm reading my text. So I'm going to just stop the music here. I wish there was a fade out button, but there isn't. And as you guys approach, Argoth has a very stern look on his face. He notices the two of you, and he nods his head. He nods his head at you two. He knows you both, and he looks. Shush. He looks at you guys and goes, "Hoots, Quill, I won't sugarcoat this. Darren's in trouble. Some kind of curse is slowly transforming him. Ern is doing his best to keep him stable. Not too sure what's happening. But we got a couple people we can call on. Head to the pits and grab Doomy. You don't have a big himbo wielding a giant hammer, so grab an axe wielding one instead. Then head to the towers and ask for Alburn. He's a damn good wizard. Just don't tell him that. Meet me back here at the Bennies after.
Before we go, what kind of curse are we talking about here? What's transforming him? What's he transforming into?
It's very little information. But Alburn's is a good wizard, and he has a couple of spells that might be able to help. But I'm not too sure what's happening. You can see he's a little anxious. He's kind of holding himself a little bit. He likes Dern, although Dern's an idiot. And so he wants to see his giant silver boy come back.
The second you didn't even finish speaking, and Quill is already. He was like, "Go to this and look for this person," and Quill's already left. Quill's in a panic state. He like Zephyr strikes, does all his abilities, and just like he's gone to look for this person.
You might want to go catch up to Quill.
Which one are you going to first?
Well, I'm going straight to the first one he said, which is Doomy. That's all I heard of find Doomy, and I'm out. I'm gone. I'm just like, no, done, as I run away.
Who's watching him run is watching like the general direction, being like, he's going to the pits.
He's going to the pits.
It's
I'll do
worth
the
saying
towers.
it's worth saying that Will would know where the pits are a general term for the Martial College.
Yeah,
because
Quill would know
the pits.
Yeah. All right, so we're actually going to be doing a separate party kind of thing here. This will be interesting. Let's start off with Quill, because Quill had a very quick head start. Dashing through the snow, your mind is racing with what's happening. You're like kicking up the snow. It's going everywhere. You are knocking it into people. Like you see one person go, Quill, covered in snow.
It's almost like a one-horsed open sleigh is flying through town.
Yes, basically.
Do I have to go over any hills?
Yes, many hills.
Okay. Quill's upset, so he's definitely not laughing along the way.
No, definitely not.
Okay.
And the only stopped one.
Very quickly, you find your way to the pits, and we're going to start playing this. And you're starting to hear loud grunts, moving metal. The pits are a loud place. Let's be perfectly honest here. It's early in the morning, but you hear people working. You hear screaming, laughter, like everything. You burst through the doors. Your senses are absolutely aghasted by sweat and blood and everything under the sun. Like, take a gym, like a gym during a very hot day during summer with the AC broken. That's the kind of vibe you're getting as soon as you walk in.
As soon as Quill walks in, he like steps out for a second, back out the door, turns to the side. What's this audio I hear? Oh, that was weird.
Yep.
And he like quickly steps out for a second. He kind of looks outside and goes. That's that usual cat vomit thing.
Yep.
I didn't want to do the proper sound because it gets really squishy and gross.
Yeah.
And then goes, "For done," and he like goes back inside, and he's just kind of like rushing in, and he's not taking time. He's yelling out the name Doomy, which is a weird thing to run into a gym yelling, but.
You have a guy just coming like, whoa, bro, slow down, bruh. What's the hurry? And he grabs you and pulls you, just like effortlessly, just kind of picks you up and brings you here and goes, bruh, what's going on, man?
I need to find someone named Doomy. And
You need to find the Doomsters? Oh, dude, don't worry about it. I know where she is. She's somewhere in the back. But first of all, have you been to the pits before, brah?
I don't want your membership, and I run away. To go find. I've been to a gym before. I know how it works.
Bruh, hey, the first day's free, bruh. Yeah, you just go right past the whole 15-minute thing I had, and
Oh no.
no, it's fine. It's fine. You go running through, and you just start screaming for Doomy, and like all like the fighters are kind of stopping and going like, "Isn't that Quill guy?" as you're running past, and you make your way to one of the back fighting pits, like one of the martial training grounds, and all you see is this big fight going on, and you see this. How big is Doomy?
So you see a blue-skinned Goliath, approximately 6.5 feet tall, 7 feet tall.
No, not bragging or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bragging when it's true.
Yeah. So
Those are facts.
Are you
Yeah.
taller than Dern?
I'm as tall as Dern. We have an ongoing competition.
Yes.
To see who can grow taller as adults.
We'll get to my stat block in a minute.
So Doomy is up against another barbarian, and they are currently in lockheads, trying to flip each other. Give me a strength check, Doomy. You can do this in rage if you would like as well.
I would like to do that as well.
Okay.
I'm on the wrong page. Where did all my stuff go? So that was not great, but neither was yours.
Wait, you can see mine?
Yeah.
Oh.
You rolled it as
As
yeah.
Dern.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait. Where's my GM one? Where's my secret one?
When you
Slash
roll dice like
JR.
that, it doesn't whisper them.
It says Dern GM. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it's the bane
Okay.
of my existence. When you click on those normal rolling things, they don't whisper them for yourself.
Oh, okay.
You
Darn.
gotta type
Oh.
/GR space 1d6.
Sorry, do you see
1d20.
that one?
No.
Nope.
Okay, perfect. We're still gonna go with that first one because I mean it's hilarious. Yeah, so you're in lockheads with this guy, and this guy's been beaking you off all day. What do you say as you suplex this man?
As I am grabbing and grounding my strength, I'm like, I told you, Jones, the waters were rising! And slam him down.
Yeah, you slam him back. And everyone's just like, you see money exchanging hands, other kind of trinkets exchanging, all that kind of normal things at the pit, you know, that kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you hear somebody yell, "Bobby!" Quill, if you may.
And takes an arm and like wipes off the sweat leans over to the wall and picks up a quite wonderful axe, throws it on her shoulder, and turns towards the door and says, "You called."
And as Quill kind of runs in, like not paying attention, just giving it, kind of like skid stops cartoon style, looks up at Doomy and goes, "You're quite big. I need your help right now. I need your help very, very fast. You need to come with me."
Fast. I can move fast.
Uh,
Hold on. I need my board. Puts down and
Oh,
like
no.
turns away from you and heads towards a pile of stuff on the ground and grabs a shield, maybe, that looks a lot more like a sandwich board that has writing scrawled across it, sticks it over her shoulders, grabs her bag, turns around and says, "What do you need me for?"
Do you have a charcuterie board as a shield?
No, I have a sandwich board, like you know the when you see the guys out tossing signs out in front of restaurants and they're wearing big boards on either side that have like
Yes.
marketing on them. That's what she's got. It in great big lettering. It says the water is rising. Rising has been scratched off with a big. It's all written in white, and the rising has been scratched off, and now it says falling.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Quill just kind of like goes, okay, and just like grabs like your little board and just starts like running while trying to pull you with him.
And then all of a sudden, little cat, bro, you're real fast. Now, before you go any further into the pits, I don't do much cardio. Oh, God.
I told you
It's all
not
about
to
the
skip
muscles.
leg day. You are mandated to get into the CrossFit section. You are denounced.
Do me. Okay. All right. And you see this guy turn, slink away, his tiny legs carrying this big, massive bulk on top of him.
I'm just picturing the lobster from SpongeBob.
Basically, yeah.
I have to wonder how much of Callahan's time, and maybe Hoots's, is dedicated to inventing treadmills for this place and fixing them and making them work again.
I'm going to need
Yep.
at least one Peloton. It's the
Yep.
next iteration. We need it, please.
So feeling dejected, the salesman heads off the floor to go and work in CrossFit, the CrossFit prison,
Good old cockfist.
where people who do not do cardio properly are stuck for a few weeks. It's a very scheduled and maintenance. It's like a huge maintenance list of what you have to do.
If you don't keep it, you lose it.
Yeah.
So, Quill. It was Quill, right? I've seen you around here. You usually hang out with Thurn.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Dun's having problems. Dun's in trouble. We need to go rescue Dun. We need to go right now.
Well, then why are we standing here talking? We need to run. How fast can you run?
The entire pit's quiets as soon as you say that Dern's in trouble, and you just hear, like, Tumbleweed just going across. It's like, and you just hear, Dern's in trouble. Wait, did you hear that? Dern's in trouble. And you just hear, like, all of a sudden goes, dude, bro's a cool guy. What the fuck's going on with Dern? What's going on with the burn?
Okay,
and
Doomy at hearing this is going to turn left and turn left and turn right and go, our brother needs us. We go. And I'm going
there's
to
just
lead the pits.
yeah, you just see like a bunch of the guys just get up and go, for Dern! And they start marching after you guys.
Cool. So Hoots, you're gonna see Quill leading the entire pits behind him.
Hoots took off to the towers.
Yeah. So speaking
Right.
about the towers, we're going to zoom out from the pits as you hear the clanking of armor and other things happening, and they start following Quill and Doomy out the pits. And we're going to go and follow Hoots as he walks towards the towers. in a bit more of a hurried pace, but
Hoots would
you
have
know,
flown. Hoots
yeah.
100% would have flown.
Yeah. So the cold air, probably I'd say minus 20-ish out right now. Cold, but not Canada cold yet. As we go across, and yeah, you're starting to see, as James was saying earlier, there are these large wires now that you have to kind of be careful about as you're flying.
I didn't consider that with Hoots flying everywhere. I don't
Hoots
regret it.
100% has like thought about landing on them. Like the thought has crossed his mind as he's like flown past. He's like, I wonder if it would.
So yeah, you guys, or you start flying across, and we are going to arrive at the towers. Now, the towers, I just need to find my notes here. The towers.
Oh, excuse
The
me.
towers are a series of stone mighty fortresses connected by a buttress walkways of 15 and 30 feet in the air. So, like two massive buildings where these walkways are going in between them. These are the focus of arcane research and learning within the womb. All the practitioners of the arcane magics practice their arts within the bubble spheres, magically reinforced rooms for experimentation and development. And as you fly in, there's a man waiting outside, trying to get warm, it seems a little bit, who's wearing, I don't know, how would you describe it, James?
Wearing a goddamn wizard hat. I don't care if it's not in vogue. I didn't study magic and kill goblins for 3 years to not wear a fucking wizard hat. You know what they don't tell you about this place? It's not like the real world where you're just like, ding, you know, fireball. You gotta learn math and shit. Equations, otherwise you die. It's terrible. Hoots, as you approach, you see scruffy looking blonde-haired man with his back against a tree in the center of this like central garden. So there's a couple of trees around. He's wearing the blonde hair is pulled back for ease. He's got sleeve and neck tattoos all the way through. Very Scar from Full Metal Alchemist, like just transmutation circle sort of deals.
Yeah.
And this like he's bundled up in this Ruana cloak over his shoulders, almost like a little snowy looking poncho. And he seems to be like holding something and like leaning over a book, and he's just like a goddamn owl. Snaps up the book and he hangs it at his belt and stands up and like smooths this.
Would Hoots
Just
have
shit.
gotten like a good look at that?
Yeah.
Hoots is gonna go, is that was that one of those old notebook, like tiny notebook computers?
That is the circa 2009 BlackBerry Playbook, my friend. That is a keen eye for an owl man.
My dad had one. He tried to run flight maps on it. It didn't work.
You gotta nurse it.
He ended up getting an iPad once the software is put out there, but it just doesn't have the same feel as like a
Yeah,
real map.
you need the mechanical keyboard of the BlackBerry. Yeah.
Okay.
What? Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm Hoots. I'm looking for Argoth, I think was his name. There was a bit of a hurry involved, and I actually don't remember who I was looking for, and I know it wasn't Argoth.
Okay. You looking for Ramshackle?
Continent?
Are you looking
No.
for Magnus Einerson?
No.
You looking for
Maybe the
Eula?
Ice King?
You looking
No.
for Yellick?
Fuck, what was the other name you told me, Riley? Hoots would have a
No,
better
this is
memory.
funny. This is great. No,
But you were
don't-
talking to Argon.
Oh,
Alburn.
Albrin.
Albrin. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for Albrin. I
Well,
think his name is.
You're looking for he and he's me, bud.
Oh. You know magic. Real magic. I can just do minor things. We need you at the Bennies.
Okay. Do you have a work order for that? Like a requisition? Did they give you paperwork? Did they submit a ticket?
Do you honestly think, for a second, that Argoth filled out paperwork?
Look, Telemachus is pretty good about that shit. He always gets his tickets in.
Yeah, nobody submitted a ticket.
Okay. Well, if it's look, we don't run a cowboy shop here. Everything's by the book. So I'll tell you what. I'll submit a ticket and we'll just I'll fill it out later. It's fine. It's all good. Boots died. There we go.
I can already tell that this wizard is going to hate the living hell out of Quill.
It'll be okay.
I'm very excited for you to meet this bunch of idiots.
Indeed. Give me half a sec to bring David back.
Yeah.
Doot, 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 doot. And come on, David. There's David.
There's David.
There he is.
Perfect.
Sorry, Firefox just decided that it was done.
If you had submitted a ticket,
You wouldn't have yeeted Yahoots out of existence.
funny you should mention that. So he's like, all right, well, if it's urgent, I'll tell you what, I'm not on call right now, so it's fine. And he's got picks himself up and he smooths his shit, and he picks up a messenger bag. He's got this dark steel looking breastplate with harnesses.
Yeah.
And the playbook's hanging from one side, and he's got a sash and a big old shield, but the shield's got legs on it, as though it were it looks almost like one of those TV trays. It's an ergonomic desk that you can tripod out and sit on, because an IT professional works everywhere. Straps it to his back and says, I can't fly yet, so why don't we take a walk?
That's fair.
Yeah. What's going on?
Would.
Are you familiar with any of the cast of characters from the Bennies?
Well, I mean, I fix problems for them sometimes.
Do you know Dern, giant lizard, silver, lifts things a lot?
Tangentially, we were putting in some stuff. He kept trying to pick up the equipment that we were installing, because it happened to be heavy.
So you have met Dern then.
All right, yeah. I think
Dern's that dude who goes to the grocery store and picks up the milk and gives a couple reps with it before putting it into his cart.
100%.
He sees how many jugs of milk he can do reps with before he puts the one he needs.
I gotta say, Dern's reputation is in complete contrast to all the emotional turmoil he's been through in the last few months, and it's really concerning for me.
Yeah, you know what? I so interestingly enough, and this is weird. He tries to sweat, but I don't think he can. And I've been trying to get this oil analyzed for a fucking while, and he's not supposed to do that. I don't know what's going on.
I'm going to tell you about something having traveled with Dern for a long period of time, my friend. Dern does a lot of things you least expect.
Okay.
And it is just better to learn to expect the unexpected. By the way, have you met Quill yet either?
That's the little cat that rides on his shoulders?
Yep.
Yeah. I have not spoken to this person, but you can't miss them.
Yeah, no, I'm going to give you a fair warning right now, buddy to buddy. There is a really good chance he is going to ask you a question that seems innocent and harmless enough, and it will come at the most inopportune time. Just be ready for it.
All right, yeah. And he reaches into his bag, and he pulls out this thing, and he does this. And you see some runes come across it. He pours, and he hands you a little cup, and he's like, coffee?
You have coffee.
Why do you think I became a wizard when I came here?
You know how long I have been taking my caffeine withdrawals out on random pieces of metal? Callahan gave me a sledgehammer, and I just ruined an entire sheet of metal and smelted it flat again before he could notice.
There's some
Thank you.
provisos on this. It tastes like coffee. It smells like coffee. The caffeine content has to come from other shit. But it's, you know what? It's like 7-Eleven coffee, which is good enough most of the time.
Sometimes it's all you can get.
Exactly.
Just,
Exactly.
like, drinking it
it's
like it's
fine.
the nectar of the
It's just a placebo effect. You just smell real coffee.
Yeah. So, as you guys finish up your introductions, which was actually a lot more wholesome than I was expecting, you guys start trekking back to the Bennies. And by the time you guys get to the Bennies, all you see is Doomy and Quill standing in front of about maybe 80 other fighters, barbarians, and other type of martial classes, just kind of like all in different kind of states of they were just working out. There's literally a guy in gym shorts standing in -20 just going like, what's going on?
Hoots
I
is
would like to say that
completely-
Doomy absolutely has them chanting dirt, 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 dirt.
As they're getting closer and they can hear the chanting, Hoots goes, "No, that's about right. That 100% tracks."
You see Quill just like pacing nervously in front as all these people are just turn.
I think this ticket's gonna need subtasks for some group work.
So the fighters are all rowdy as hell, and like Argoth is like, what the fuck? As he's just looking across this entire wave of people, and he goes like, I only wanted Doomy. There's only four of you that can go.
Listen,
Hey, you're Telemachus's manager, right?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Okay, this is your fault.
Not this. Points out to the fighters.
Did you submit a ticket?
You see Argoth put his head down, go into the blue box. You hear a couple of words, and you hear like, and he comes back out. Ticket submitted.
I trust you.
And he walks over and goes, I only need you four. You other, go back to the pits.
Doomy turns around and says, to the pits.
And then you hear one guy in the background, to the pits. And then all of a sudden you just hear pits, pits, pits. As the rest of the fighters and martial arts class go to the pits. And just Argoth is just like, we really have to get some smarter fighters in that group.
I was going to say, one day we're going to introduce an intelligent fighter to this campaign.
Yeah.
There's nothing to say these people aren't intelligent. They're just excited.
Doomy turns around and goes, hi.
Howdy now.
Was that like a hi to Hoots or?
No, just like, hello.
I lean over to Hoots for a second, and in the barest of whispers, I say, snoo snoo?
I don't even know if Melissa gets that one.
Yeah.
And neither does Doomy. So Doomy digs through her pocket and says, right, new friends, new friends, new friends. Pamphlet for you, pamphlet for you, pamphlet for you, and holds one out to Argoth, who has definitely received one of these every week for the last 2 years.
Doomy, we've talked about this. You've come up the steps at least 40 times. I have
It's
these.
good cardio, and you need to take this seriously.
I have 40 of them upstairs, minus the ones I've already burned.
The paper looks remarkably high quality. Where did you get this printed?
The printers in Waterdeep were very proficient, and stuffs it in her pocket.
Waterdeep.
Well, they were very proficient.
Is that the one thing that Doomy came across with from traveling the realm? I had my stuffed animal, Hoots had his shotgun, his jacket. You had a stack of CrossFit pamphlets.
So they're not CrossFit pamphlets. As you open them up, they are essentially photocopies of hand-scrawled, what's the proper word? Propaganda? about the fact that the waters of Waterdeep are rising, that the population is in grave danger, and that if you don't leave soon, everyone will drown.
She's a doomsday prepper.
I'm Doomy.
Quill kind of looks at the pamphlet and goes, well, I mean, most water's pretty deep, so what's the problem?
The problem is that everyone drowned, and then I came here.
I got a question for you really quickly before we get all of this started. Were you called Doomy before this or after the pamphlet specifically?
Oh, I am Permu Doomslinger Cavlet, and my friends call me Doomy.
Permu Dimslinger?
That tracks. And dude,
Doomslinger.
like, Hoots just like shoves it into the backpack and goes, gone.
Yeah.
We'll never
I'll
see
read it
that
later.
pamphlet again.
Argoth kind of just goes, all right, now that the rabble is gone and we have the rabble in front of us,
I resemble
I
that
need you
remark.
to go to Orenstrad.
Did you say rattle?
Rabble. Rabble?
Okay.
Rabble.
Rabble?
Rabble.
Rabble.
Okay.
Rebel.
And Argoth pulls out this letter.
Wear his new shoes.
Oh. Of course, it didn't actually start from the beginning. Oops, sorry.
Dear friends, it is with great urgency I must report to you that our comrade Dern has fallen victim to some form of arcane curse. My efforts have thus far been unsuccessful in remedying this ailment. I believe he was making the trek between the Womb and Orenstrad, practicing what is known as rucking, or so I am led to believe from the magazine he possessed. He seems to have fallen victim to an attack near the end of his journey. He collapsed almost as soon as he arrived in town, with his body badly twisted and warped. I implore you to send a specialist on these matters. P.S. It is winter in Orenstrad. Please ensure Hoots does not wear his new shoes.
Hoots, are you wearing your shoes right now?
No, Hoots is definitely still wearing Crocs, but he's wearing socks now with the Crocs. They are soaked, but he is not carrying. They're like merino wool socks that he's stuffed into his Crocs, and they are soaked the whole way up, and he's completely unfazed by this.
That's disgusting. like I'm like the Dairy Queen poutine I ate mixed with the 2 liters of this I've chugged with now that in my mind. I think I have to leave.
I'm low key fangirling over Tracy right now. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Sorry.
Tracy says hi.
That was
Yeah.
adorable.
I have to say the holes in the Crocs allow all that moisture to scoosh out every time you step. So I mean, you likely left a trail coming from the towers.
No, there's like because there's snow on the ground, and then we're inside now, so there's clearly just a puddle around Hoots that he is completely ignoring.
Argoth looking down at the floor. God damn it.
Auburn waves a hand at Hoots' feet. They're dry.
Thank you.
Immediately.
Well, that's handy.
Coffee and dry feet. Hoots is in love.
Yep.
It's the same spell that makes the coffee, and he just like kind of walks towards where Argoth is.
And Argoth looks to you and goes to, I take it you have the remove curse spell.
Yeah, I've had to do it a couple of times. You know how dumb people are. Yeah. It's the equivalent of them like clicking on stuff in an email. You need remove curse in this place.
Yes, you do. And I mean, look at around me. And you just hear anime fanboy cries in the background.
Giga piercing heaven's drill. Yeah.
And Doomy has gotten fully distracted and is over there going, flaming swing.
You just take out one of the rookies.
Her
He just goes
axe
flying
is
into
fully aflame.
Yeah. Maybe I should bring Doomy up here more often. Head to Orenstrad, please. Make sure that Dern is taken care of.
Sure.
Right,
Yeah, I'll do what I can.
He nods to you guys, and he looks back at his new trainees and goes, "At least hold the sword right." And he goes chasing after a couple of the newbies. And the four of you are left in the bennies as he yells back and goes, "There's a couple of dog sleds out there. Get there."
We don't actually have to use dogs, do we? Because dogs don't like me very much.
As you guys go down the benny's steps, there are 2 dog sleds waiting for you guys.
Huh.
Doomy likes animals and would like to go and pet one.
Roll an animal handling check because
I'm good at
these
that.
are
Oh, it's a low roll. A 12 with I have a +4, but I got a 12.
okay. All right, let's take a look here. The one you're petting is quite feisty and is trying to bite your hand right now.
Oh.
You know, I'm gonna say no. That you guys can handle the dog sleds here. I'll make other arrangements. And he steps 10 feet away and starts drawing in the snow with a stick.
Quill also steps back and is like, "I don't really trust dogs to keep me safe."
You see a couple of the dogs look over at Quill, just looking at Quill.
The snow doesn't bother me that much. We could walk if you really don't like dogs, but they're so cute.
Boots
Still
is
trying to bite your
visibly
hand.
being has this look on his face, like he's about to say something really like he's trying to hold himself back. Because he definitely would have played Get the Kitty with farm cats and dogs on the farm. And there's a part of his brain that's like, I could.
It's worth noting, little kitty man, that if you're in a hurry, the dog sleds are probably a good choice.
It would get you guys to basically Orenstrad in a day. Or, actually, probably day and a half.
Is anyone else good with animal handling that could help me out with this?
I mean, I am.
Okay.
Kind of. I can speak with animals.
I'll give you advantage on it if you actually do speak to them.
It's not really a spell. I just do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you use the feature.
Yeah.
Well, speak with animals is the spell. You just get it for free once.
Spell, but I'm saying I don't have to they don't have to roll or anything.
Yeah.
I will I use my free speak with animals.
Okay.
And I kind of walk up nearish to the dogs and I go, "All right, so here's the deal. I'm the bigger person here. I'm the bigger creature, not person. Quill doesn't think he's a person. I'm the bigger creature here. So I'm in charge. Well, all 4 of us are in charge, and your job is to listen and not eat me or the little wizard man. And everything will be good. Because if you eat me, I'm gonna wrap you in thorns and drag you underground."
Cat, 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 cat. Make an animal handling check with advantage.
Is this because they're actually only saying cat?
Yeah, they're just saying cat. That's all they're saying.
Worth noting that the little wizard man is twice the height of Quill.
Oh, you're big?
Yeah, I'm a tall elf that is a little chubby.
Oh, I thought you were like a halfling or something for some
You're
reason.
like a chubby-ish blonde elf.
Like 6 foot 240 elf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a 13 for animal handling?
That was with advantage?
No. That's a 13.
Half the dogs kind of go, cat. Okay. Follow cat.
Doomy's over there going, furry baby. Furry baby.
Yeah, it's speaking of cats. So yeah, you guys have a decent control over the animals. Melissa, if you can actually roll me one more. That the first one was just for seeing if they were going to bite you or not.
That's a 20.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Perfect. Yeah, no, big lady. Follow big lady. Follow big lady. Follow cat.
We're going to put Quill in front so that my dogs just chase Quill's dog.
No, Quill is in the back of the back. Thank you very much.
So yeah, you guys have 2 dog sleds. And they're basically like wargs kind of thing. Somebody brought a husky somehow from their world. So it's kind of like the generations of weird huskies that have kind of appeared.
Actually, this is a good question here for lore reasons. I was a cat, and now I'm a big talking cat. Theoretically, could someone, let's say a human from Earth, land in this world and become like a raccoon, like a regular raccoon? Or like one of these dogs who's just like, God damn it.
I was a lawyer and now I'm a squirrel. Like,
Yeah, is that does it work reverse?
the magical enchantment that brings beings to this world to bring in heroes, generally, unless that person truly believed that they could save the world in a squirrel's body with no abilities, maybe that's the case. I don't know. Like, the internet's a dark and dangerous place. It's probably exists somewhere.
Let's just say they can only come in if the animal was in danger, the creature was endangered on their home planet, and now they feel that they can save them because they're going to perpetuate the species.
There is 100% a guy who is a panda.
There is 100% a guy who is a panda.
Can I be a
to
dodo
monk.
bird?
As you guys start to rush through town, with the right, James.
As you guys are playing with mutts, after 11 minutes of ritual casting, a little red sphere kind of rises up out of Albrin's hand, and it's glass red and glowing. And it says, "Hello, Albrin. Are we doing this? Executing phantomracer.exe." And the thing glows, and in front of everybody, a large quasi-real sentient bike appears with a big skidoo ski on the front and fat bike tires on the back. Phantom Steed. As good as a horse.
So, as the red bike, because it's 100% a red bike. Yeah. Is keeping up with the dog sleds, you guys rush out of town. Now, the dog sleds are going to give slight advantage on survival checks, but we are going to do a group survival check because this is winter, and not unlike the Canadian wilds, you guys are going into the wilds basically a little bit. Obviously, it's a true path, and everybody knows it. However, it is still middle of winter, so if you guys could all please roll me survival. You guys need, let's see, there's 4 of you, 2 successes.
I'm gonna guide myself on this as we go.
23.
23.
Nice.
17.
Yeah, you guys pass. You're all fine. Everybody passed the first one. Don't worry, there's going to be lots of survival checks. And other checks, if you guys are creative. And we will find ourselves barreling through the snow, heading towards Orenstrad. As the snow begins to fall, you guys have a full day's travel, and you're about halfway, like pretty quick. And we're going to come to our first rest. Now, normally we don't do rests on places we've already traveled to, but this is winter, and this is also the first time where we have 2 new players, or well, 2 new characters, not players necessarily. So, we are going to rest for the evening, and we're going to have some watches. How would you guys like to set everything up for winter?
Did we took time to grab gear before we
Oh,
left?
100%, yes.
Okay.
Yes, you guys, yes.
Hoots, I'm willing to have bought and paid for this. Hoots is looking to have bought like one of those large teepee tents that has a camp stove in it.
Oh, yeah.
is basically what he's looking to have like prepped and brought with him, large enough for the four of us to rest in.
So we're going to quickly just jump back to Princess Otto for a very quick second here. And we're going to see Hoots trying to purchase this tent with one knife still in the roof.
Did we put that knife there?
Yes, you guys did a long time ago.
Do you want me to get that down for you?
You know what? It's a talking piece now, so
Fair
it's
enough.
fine.
You know, I heard that they've got a jar going, waiting to see who gets paid out when it falls and murders somebody.
Oh, okay.
Like, they've got a board in the back and everything.
Yeah,
This place is fucking great.
they call it the knife pool.
Hear a bunch of ruffling and rumbling in the back corner, and Jumi's head pokes up over top of like a stack of stuff, and she's just like, "Do you have any extra rope? These aren't long enough."
Doomy, you know where the rope is.
I'm in the rope. I need longer rope, thicker rope.
Tie it together, Doomy. So he looks to Hoots. And so you want a tent?
I want a tent. I want a good waterproof canvas tent. Has to be large enough for 4 sleeping spots and a spot to put a stove in the middle.
Aye. And a couple minutes later, comes in, puts it back down. Quill, I've told you 100 times. Stop trying to steal my oil for your arrows.
Quill would never steal oil.
No, you're just dipping your arrow in the oil while you're here. It makes a mess. Please don't.
And Quill kind of goes, "Well, I'm just trying to save time. I'm still paying for it. The coin's on the counter."
Yes, I see. It's a mess.
The wild thing is that I was literally updating the amount of oil I have in my inventory when you said that. And I was like, "Are you watching me?"
Perfect.
Dare he?
So we'll
Jumi
cut.
comes out from around the stacks with like a full new explorer's pack worth of gear in her arms.
Yeah, tent. I'm looking for a tent.
Yep.
I should probably grab rope too. I need like 60 feet of it.
Where do you guys put all this rope?
Above
backpack.
board, you probably burned through most of it, saving people in a Kruthik den.
True. Saving.
Definitely would have like after he tied it up and like, because when they got teleported away, that was his rope, and he was like, I need to start rebuilding. So he's been like in the Princess Auto once a week, buying like 100 feet of rope at a time.
Yeah. Well, I can't remember the shop owner's name, but he's just shaking his head every time you come in. It's like, what are you doing with? You know what? I don't care anymore.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
tent.
Yeah, you guys got a wonderful tent. You guys got all your stuff for the Princess Auto visit. I love the Princess Auto.
How much did I pay for my good tent?
How much would it be for a good tent?
25 gold generally gets you a 2-person tent.
Yeah, so
Let's say
25.
50 plus probably a higher end tent, 75.
Yeah, I was gonna say 75, 80.
Quill's technically, because I've got this ring of warmth, I can just like sleep outside and not have any problems.
Ish. Like, yeah, I would say it would be like your extremities would still get affected.
I apologize. I extrapolated that. It's 20 pounds. A 2-person tent is 2 gold.
Oh.
So
50 gold.
No,
Hoots, like, not even blinking. He's like, okay.
No. Hoots would be like, no. I know how much I paid for a 2-man tent. It was 2 gold. So don't try me.
45 gold.
I'm good to minus 50.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna give you 10 gold, and we're not gonna tell people you actively tried to rip me off. How's that sound, bud?
12 gold.
Done.
Okay.
What were they trying to rip off? What was he trying to rip off you?
His pride.
His right arm.
Hoots was definitely being well, because like 2 gold for a tent. 4-person tent would be 4
I
gold.
apologize. This is Doomy commenting to
Oh,
Hoot.
well, you see, I know how much I paid for a 2-man tent, several of them, in fact, because some people like to invite wildlife into them. And he kind of glances quickly over at Quill and back and goes, so I know how much a 4-man tent, usually about double, technically less, but I'm not going to let him know that I'd understand that. And then he tried to charge me 50 gold, which is way outside the realm of reason what we're looking for. So I made it very clear.
Not when you put knives in my ceiling.
Hey, I offered to get it down. And you've left it there because you're going to make a lot of money when it gets knocked down. All you have to do is tell me when your time comes up on the pool, and we'll
Hey,
Doomy would
can I
like
get
to
in on
hit
that
the
pool?
door, hit the hit the desk to try and knock it down.
Roll a strength check.
You can get in on it first.
Yeah. Can I get in on that pool? And I like slide a couple of gold onto the counter.
Yeah, he nods and takes down your name and stuff like that, and is like, for what time?
2 minutes from now.
What?
And you see him just kind of like do this.
Yeah. Roll a sleight of hand check, James.
Roll 20's not liking me today.
Hoots takes like 3 steps to the left, looking up at the knife, and is just like, no.
That's a 19 on the sleight of hand. I'm not guiding myself.
All right. So I'm going to roll something random here now. Evens or odds?
Odds.
Oh, this is such a great little store.
A little old man comes walking in.
Oh, such a nice little store. Oh, wonderful trinkets.
Click. Click. The knife begins to wiggle a little bit. And the knife does not fall as this little old man climbs around the store.
I would like to rage.
Oh no!
Hoots leans over to I've already forgotten your character's name. I'm so
Me?
sorry.
It's okay.
No, to James.
Auburn.
Albrin. I'll get it by the time you're no longer a player. Albrin goes, if you split it 50-50, we can make it happen.
No.
Give me a sec. Hold my beer.
And yeah, so you guys can choose if you'd like the knife to fall on the old person or not have it fall with the trickery James has done in the background.
I'm gonna say exactly 2 minutes after Doomy
Yeah.
smashes, you see something kind of move as though a hand had let go of the knife, and it
Yep.
just falls to the ground.
Okay.
As I dissipate Mage Hand.
Oh,
Look at that! I should have been a diviner, bud. How's that pot?
I'm so strong.
you get
You
tossed
totally
a
weak.
jar.
You totally loosened it for me.
Yeah. He tosses you the jar and just says, "Get out of my store." And inside is a remarkable 83 gold.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. And we are going
Mage
to
hand. That was that's what I was thinking. I like you.
and we are going to find ourselves now at the campsite.
Well, hold on real quick.
Hmm.
Quill's going to get some, even though he's got his ring of warmth, he's going to get some slightly thicker wraps for his little toe beans.
Fair.
I also picked up some oil. I did pay for the oil. I'm not a thief.
Yes. But no, everybody pays like, what is it? Like oil that
Also,
a
I'll
gold.
cover the cost from the pot.
Sell
Yeah.
potions of healing.
Oh. I think Princess Auto would have something like that.
It sounds like something they'd have.
It would be off-brand, but it would still be
Yeah.
Probably a
Potion.
limited supply because it's made in like Antifar's side of things makes potions.
And she hasn't been in the womb for a little bit.
Yeah. So roll some. Tell us how much is around, Riley.
Yeah, I was about to do that. Let's go with bum. 200. You know what? Winter. It's been Antifar hasn't been around. These are definitely some ones. You see a sticker on one of the bottoms that says "Made in Hemlig." And you can get. There's about 4 or 5 available right now. I say 4 or 5 because the 5th one doesn't have a label and may not be a healing potion. That one's 50% off.
How much is healing potions usually?
Usually, it doesn't say on this.
It's in they're 50 gold a piece normally.
Oh,
in the
thank
PHB.
you. There we go. 50 gold a piece. Yeah.
Well, we got this pot of money, Catman. So we could probably put it to good use and get a regular one and get that dubious looking one and see if it gives us grand old time at a campsite.
I will buy my own with my money, and then I will use 25 from the pot to buy this dubious looking potion.
Okay, so you have a regular healing potion, and then put one in your inventory that says healing ?
Cool. So I've got 2 potions of healing now because I still haven't used my one from like 18 sessions ago.
I'll use the rest of the pot for the to buy another one.
Okay, perfect. So you guys have a couple of healing potions, and yeah, the campfire is set up in this wonderful little tent. It's actually really nice in here. The weather wicking on the outside is actually really nice. It is probably actually worth around 12 gold for this really nice tent. You're actually kind of impressed.
Everything is so dry, it's suspiciously dry all around in a perfect 10-foot radius hemisphere all the way around the tent.
Interesting.
And yeah,
that's an
Lehman-
interesting.
Lehman's tiny hut.
Yeah.
Keeps your bum from getting cold on the ground here, Hoots. No, nobody likes a cold ass.
I was just gonna set up some hay, but that's this. Perfect.
Works.
So, you guys are coming up tonight. The night watches are going to work basically the same, but the person who is on watch is probably going to be wandering a little bit outside, etc. So, you're going to have to roll a survival with your perception.
All right. Who's taking first go? And it was a little loud with the dogs and stuff getting here, but you all know Dern.
Cat.
I can't hear them anymore.
Okay.
Once per day.
And I think it's like 10 minutes.
Yeah. You all know Dern. So what's your tactical makeup on this? As we're like sitting over the stove that hoots
for dinner and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, Quill. What do you do?
What do you mean?
Well, if something were to attack us in the night, what would you do?
Well, typically before it attacks us, I try to make friends, and that's when it usually tries to attack us. But when I do finally get attacked and it's very clear it doesn't want to make friends, then I will fight and kill it.
Okay. You said a lot of words without saying very many things. So let's try this again. Do you punch things? Do you use a weapon? Do you light them on fire with your mind?
Oh, well, I got my bow, and I shoot them with my bow. And
Okay.
And like sometimes, and I kind of perk up and I go, "Oh my god! Oh no! I didn't introduce you!" And I like quickly pull Lou out, and I'm like, so I'm Quill, and this is Lou. He's my best friend. Sorry, Lou, I didn't mean to kind of hide you away for a while. It's just been a very frustrating day with the whole Dern news. I hold out this little stuffed toy that looks like a kind of like a dragon without wings.
Huh. He looks like he's had a hard life, bud.
I kind of pull him back quick and I go, he's had a great life, thank you very much.
Well, I mean, with the wings, it looks like something happened to him.
Yeah, this one, I'll get him new wings eventually. He seems pretty content at the moment. He was never really good at flying. I'd throw him in the air and he'd just kind of fall back down. So,
Oh, yeah. Maybe someday. Magic's a great thing.
I mean, I could always just sew wings on, but I guess if you want to put magic on, that works too.
Well, I mean, could you imagine if you sewed wings that worked like a kite? And on a windy day, you could really get them to fly? That's like the ultimate birthday present for him, isn't it?
Well, yes, but I don't want to like throw him and have him fly away when I can't catch him. So,
Oh, you're really fast. You could totally get to the place to catch him. Just don't fly him near the lake.
also, it's been a while since he's flown, so it's probably like scary, and I don't want to like force wings on him if he's going to be kind of scary. So,
Makes sense. I get it. And Doomy,
Yeah.
Doomy, you don't have to cook the food with your axe.
I figured out that if I say medium, it only goes on halfway. It's not on halfway, it's on full blast. The axe only has one on and off setting. It's covered in fire. She has charred the piece of meat. It is unrecognizable, and she is so proud of herself.
Cole just kind of stares and kind of extends his hand out towards him and goes, this is also Lou for you too. He's my best friend. Please don't put the fire near him. He's made of fluff.
Oh. Off. And it goes off. And he goes, hi, Lou. I'm Doomy. Does he know how to swim?
I mean, he can float, I guess.
Good. Here, Lou. You'll need this. Hands a pamphlet to Lou.
It just kind of like falls to the ground. And I go, why do I need to be able to swim?
Well, I haven't figured it out yet. But you see, back where I'm from, the waters were rising and people didn't listen to me. They were obviously rising and they didn't listen. And now I'm here and I'm hoping I've learned enough on how to save all of you where I couldn't save them.
Right. So, I mean, our water rises depending on where the moon is, I've noticed, but that's about it. Although Dern's got a staff that makes water rise.
Your moon controls your water?
I lean into Hoots, who's like absentmindedly doing something. I'm like, there's so many dick jokes. And I feel like he's just like puts his aviators on. He's like, I'm for good, buddy.
And Dewey just kind of looks down for a second and goes, I don't know how to prepare for the moon.
And with that, we are going to have a quick perception check roll, and we're going to go as if each of you had your night watches.
Okay.
I
feel it's worth mentioning that Doomy has resistance against cold.
Perfect. So, David, if you could please roll perception. We're just going to act as if everybody has gone through their watches tonight. And if everybody could roll also with that, a quick survival check with it as well.
So it wouldn't make sense for anyone to leave the tent. You could prop the tent door open, and like Hoots would have definitely been like, just prop the door open and sit by the door.
All right, fine. I won't make you roll survival.
I will say specifically, nothing short of like a dragon's breath can get through the bubble.
Okay, fine.
You just crushed all of his dreams for this entire.
They can show up.
Oh, I know. Oh, I've still got tools. So I've got perceptions from Hoots Doomy and from
I was an
James
18.
with the 18. You see off in the distance a white fox with silver eyes watching you. It does not do anything, but we're going to go to break at this point.
Yes. I like it.
Quill is totally gonna say hi because I'm a chaotic engine of mass destruction built in a tiny little body.
Awesome. So yeah, we'll be back in about 10 minutes, everybody.
Sounds good. See you then.
See you then.
You said for getting hugs from members of this group. I tell you, it is the best experience.
Yes,
It's
and
really
you know
quite
what?
excellent.
Rating my hugs out of 10, Logomancy out of 10.
10 hugs out of 10.
10 hugs out of 10. So the
everyone.
person who rolled the roll is not at the rolling desk at this rolling moment.
Come back.
I would bet good money on Mac. If he got his long rest, him talking to the fox, I'm willing to just say it. He got his long rest. He was one of the last to give watch. He saw the silver fox and he talked to the fox. And he said, "Hello, my name's Quill. This is Lou. Do you want to
And he
be my
said,
friend?"
What does the fox say?
What does the fox say?
When did our thing end?
About 10
We've been
seconds
back
ago.
in for a minute or so.
Oh, I set a timer and Alexa did not go off.
That's your first mistake.
So, Mr. Quill,
Yes, ma'am.
you see a silver-eyed fox watching
Yes.
you.
Yes, I do. Does it look friendly?
Give me an insight check.
Or
Or animal handling, one or the other.
I
Your
will
choice.
give you an insight for an 18.
You look at the eyes of this fox, and you realize that it is not an animal. That's what you
Explain.
get from that.
That
That's
it's
all
not
you get
an
right now.
animal.
It's not an
Okay.
animal.
And I've been made aware that nothing can enter this bubble.
Albrin spoke at length with great pride about about how much shit cannot get through this bubble.
Cool. I kind of go to the edge of the bubble and kind of make like pss, pss, pss sounds towards the wolf,
The fox.
the fox.
Yeah. You make pss, pss, pss sounds towards the fox.
Yes.
The fox just keeps watching you. Its head now tilted slightly.
I'm going to kind of like sit on the ground cross-legged.
Oh, Mac, we lost you, my friend.
No
It
audio
just
from Mac.
completely cut. Nope.
Nothing.
And it sounded like as if there was like an electronic cut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something just unplugged. Give it a sec.
The
That
fox starts
elevated.
dancing.
And you hear me?
Yes, we
Yes.
can.
There you go.
I kind of sit down, like pat my lap to try and entice it to come closer.
It tilts its head the other way.
I take a bit of the remainder burnt steak that I didn't eat because it was very burnt, and just like toss it outside the bubble a little bit.
So you toss the meat outside the bowl.
Yes.
It jumps down and slowly starts to approach the meat and then stops halfway as you're still watching it.
I'm gonna speak out loud to it.
Okay.
And I'd be like, so like, you're not a fox, from what I can tell. You don't got the eyes of any fox I've ever seen.
It looks at you.
You'd be right.
Oh my god, it's the Beatles.
No, Ringo, it's not. I didn't try and do that. Fuck.
Please forgive the lateness of my reply.
Yeah. Help.
And Quill just kind of goes, oh, that was just a very wild guess of mine, so I'm glad it worked out.
Well, I can see that you're not just a cat.
No, I'm just a cat.
And life is a nightmare.
Yeah, okay, simple
Where
plan.
Where are you going, cat?
I think we're going to Hemlig.
Hemlig, but that's all the way on the other side of the continent.
Is that not where we're going? Where are we going again?
You're going to Ornstrad.
Oh, sorry. And I go, well, sorry, we've been to Hemlig. We're going to the Orange Straw.
Ornstrad? What's an Ornstrad?
I have a friend of mine.
A friend. I like friends.
I very much so like friends, yes.
I'm asleep. I'm trancing. I'm not witnessing any of this, but
What did you roll, or what did you put down?
No, he's just put
Oh.
fire.
I do like friends. I have lots of friends. Do you want to meet my friends?
Cool. Hold on, I have to roll the dice really quick.
you can blame this on the dice all you want. This is going to be your fault.
Nope. I have a very strict roll between odds and evens I do for certain things. And Quill kind of pauses for a second and goes, well, so a bit of a problem here is that no one's ever actually in the woods ever really wanted to be my friend and like spoke to me. So this is a little bit concerning. I'm both excited and a little bit worried.
My Quill. That's your name, isn't it?
I never told you my name.
Oh, I swore you said it.
No. Quill kind of stands up and backs up a little bit.
The fox steps closer. Not getting close to the bubble, but steps closer and just sits down on the ground watching.
Why do you know my name?
The animals speak it.
What animals?
A lot of the animals in the forest. They've seen you around here. They're all very good speakers.
Yes, I've spoken to some.
But I see you are guarded, and that's fair. Do give my regards to the people of Ornstrad. And the fox turns and runs.
What's your name?
She's out of earshot.
Quill kind of sits back down and kind of pulls out Lou and looks at Lou and goes, I'm very conflicted right now because friends are great, but that was almost too creepy for me. Usually I have to force people to be my friend, and having it be so open to being my friend right away almost seemed wrong, which is a terrible thing to say, but and he just kind of like goes back to his fire.
And the night ends with nothing else happening. And
Cool.
the sun slowly starts to rise over the mountains as your watch comes to an end, Quill.
Cool. In the morning, as everyone's waking up, I kind of go over to Hoots and I go, so Hoots, I did a
That's
good
the
thing last
wrong
night."
music.
I didn't hear any music. What'd you put on?
Elevator music. Can you not hear anything from Roll20, Mac?
Apparently not. Let me reload it.
I thought that was just ambient music for morning. That's not that. That was.
Turns out Doomy just starts singing as she wakes up. I'm like, good morning, everybody.
But I walk over to Hoots and I go, so yesterday there was like this fox, and he came towards me and he spoke like common, and he looks very like glowy kind of in a sense, and he said that him and a bunch of people wanted to be my friend, and I did not go follow him.
Now, Quill, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm impressed with you, buddy. Thank you for not following him out into the forest. Did you get his name?
No, but he did say to say hello to the people of Orangestrad.
Okay.
And he also said that like the animals talk about me, which is kind of weird because I don't know what they're saying because I'm not around.
Well, you talk to them a lot. They probably tell each other about you.
But what if they say bad stuff? I don't want them saying bad stuff. I got a reputation to maintain here.
Animals, I imagine, are a lot like high school students. They say a lot of things they don't actually mean.
What's a high school?
It's a place where we send children to torture them.
He's not wrong.
That's how they learn.
You're supposed to learn a lot when you go there, but yeah, I don't think you learn anything useful in high school. So I imagine, much like children that attend high school, animals say a lot of things they don't mean.
Well, you ever had somebody say to you, after you went through something really, really bad, this was a learning experience, or you'll be better off now because you know better?
It's not every time I do anything, I hear that from Hoots.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of what high school is supposed to be, is torture and hell, so they're better after.
That seems ineffective.
Oh, it is. It's terribly ineffective.
You're not wrong, Catman. You're not wrong.
Cool. Good to know.
I pour Hoots more coffee.
What's Doomy doing?
Doomy has been frying up her breakfast on her axe and is listening to the conversation and pipes up for a second. It's like, hopefully not too high. Falling damage sucks.
All right, so you guys get the tent packed up, get your morning breakfast in. 11 minutes after you guys get everything packed up, a red bike appears in the snow with a fat tire on the back and a couple of, like a ski on the front.
It looks like a GT.
Yeah,
to be fair.
And
as Hoots is packing the tent up into his bag of holding, you see Albrin kneel down by his bedroll and stuff, and he pulls a series of pulleys out, and it's like a PFD. When you pull it and it expands, he pulls it and the sleeping bag goes into a little compression sack, and it's a normal sized bag, and he puts it into his traveling pack. And he's like, "Oh, magic bag. I never went that far. I showed up and Callahan was like, here's tools." No.
Oh, tools are good. Working with your hands teaches you a thing or two.
There's that. I came here and this dude was like, he cast some magic on me. Cool magic, by the way. And they're like, "Oh, I'm like, I can fix anything." And they're like, "Cool, we know a man to take you to." And he got there and he's like, smithing and power tools. And I'm like, small screwdrivers and coding, write a script for it. I can fix anything. But
do you want, by any chance, to help me code a giant robot in the future?
Al's aroused. Sorry, hold on a second.
To the left, you say?
To the left. He's like, let's put a pin in that. Yeah. Yes.
I believe they call that a Prince Albert.
The Catman is not wrong.
So, Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
See what I
Amy
can
has
do.
started her morning stretches.
Yeah.
She has run in the 11 minutes that Al has summoned his ride. She has made quite a trench in the circle around where the hut used to be.
We really did just replace Dern with another Dern.
I was unmuting myself to say that exact sentence.
Oh no, I'm not Dern. My name is Doomy. Doomy.
Dern and Doomy have fights all the time where they end up just pile driving each other into the ground.
I win.
She does.
Albrin takes a small flask from his belt, and it's red with a green lid, and he pours it into mine and Hoots' coffee. And I'm like, it burns so good, and I just fucking walk away.
And new best friend. Coffee
So-
and Bailey's. Whiskey.
It's tastes like Jameson's with hot peppers in it.
So, small aside, when we first met Dern, I did have a moment where I was like, I'm pretty sure I played this character.
Perfect.
So, you guys start traveling to the rest of the way to Orenstrad. You'll be there before nightfall. Now, I would like all of you to make perception checks along the way and animal handling. For those who are driving the dog sleighs, I should say.
I would feel Hoots probably wouldn't drive the dog sleds.
Yeah, no, you're nice and comfy in there. Actually,
I'm definitely not doing this.
One of you has to.
Roll20 has decided that Jumi is as capable as I wrote her to be. And her animal handling came out to 10, and her perception came out to 9.
Perception is an 11.
All right, so I do need one more person to roll animal handling to take care of the other dog sled. Oh,
Well, that's a
there we
dirty
go.
20.
Yeah.
Which is
Thanks,
good
Hoots.
because I rolled a nat 1 on my perception.
Yeah,
Because it took all your attention to get the dogs.
yeah. You.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Doomy, you're falling a little bit behind Hoots as Hoots is just like, oh god. You're just kind of laughing at him as he's just like his wings are flapping in the back. Exactly like what James is doing. Quill, you are in Hoots's thing.
Air brakes.
And all the supplies are with Doomy. I'm going to say that because of the lower animal handling check, you guys are going to have to do another round of perception checks, as it's taking you a bit longer to get through, and there might be a chance for an encounter.
19.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
17.
You guys are along your path, and you guys are trucking along pretty well, even with these amazing rolls. Like, you guys are doing pretty good. You're keeping an eye out. Doomy, you see it first. You see a raven circling above, and you just catch what seems to be silver. I would like you all to roll an investigation check as you guys find yourselves in a rather weird place. Not
The ski goggles. They do nothing. The
I
12.
love Doomy getting a nat 20 on the like double side of the roll and it being a 19.
25.
Okay. Hoots and Quill, as you guys are riding, you guys just keep going.
I will
Doomy
point out
and-
that I'm on my side by myself, right?
Yes, you're on the sled by yourself, but probably Al. I'm going to call you Al right now because apparently I'm having problems pronouncing your name. Albern.
Albrun. But
Albrun.
Al is
Albrun.
Yep.
Doomy and Albrun are running along and they stop. You two just keep going. The two of you are stopped because there is literally a ravine in front of you.
Oh.
And Hoots and Quill, you guys were riding just ahead, and you guys can't see them. But there
I
is
would
a
like to-
small ravine.
Yeah. Stop, get off the sled, and look down at the ravine.
It's a pretty big ravine.
Like to look up at the raven.
Yeah. So you look up at the raven, and it's circling above the two of you. Hoots and Quill, make me perception checks to see if you've lost those two.
I have a passive 14.
Yeah.
Passive 14.
I have a passive 15.
Yeah, you guys have noticed that you lost them about 5 minutes ago.
Wait, I'm confused. So sorry. I rolled a 25 and I didn't see the ravine.
No. James and
Yes.
Melissa,
Yeah.
behind you, there is a fox with silver eyes. Hello, friends.
Hi.
How are you today? And it comes trotting up to you.
A good day. Good day. Big ravine, though.
Very big ravine. Very weird ravine. And it dances around and jumps on top of your sleigh.
I want to touch it.
It backs up a little bit. No, please. My fur is pristine. Now tell me, do you know an anti-far?
Al, you want to go first?
That's a strange name that you say, friend. Neighbor.
I just look for anti-far, and I know you're from the womb. The animals told me so.
And
I'm from Waterdeep.
The fox nods and goes, "Okay, fair."
Hold on. Manners, courtesies. What's your name?
My name's not important right now.
No, it is definitely important. See, I like that sled that you're sitting on, and I would hate for it to catch fire.
Oh, you're an aggressive one.
I turned my axe
I'm
on.
precise. Incredibly precise. It's not a
Well.
threat. I'm just stating facts. What's your name?
My name is Alyssa.
Okay. See, that wasn't so hard.
No, it wasn't.
I'm
And
Doomy.
He opens
Hello,
a book and starts
Doomy.
writing her name in for later. Proper ticket taking is important.
I am looking for Antifa. She hasn't been at the womb recently, and I would really like to find her.
You should send word to the womb. Put in a ticket.
The eyes kind of glint slightly at you.
I know.
I'll give it to your passive perceptions. You
15.
start to see a lot of birds flying above you. And a few
see.
foxes popping up from different kind of little areas around you, bushes, etc. Now, I know you're on your way to Orenstrad, but if you do find Antifa, please let her know that I'm looking for her.
Sure. Well, that seems like a reasonable request. Case closed.
Thank you. and smiles all about.
You wanna deal with this so I don't have to? And I
Deal with
nod
what?
to the ravine.
Oh, she laughs. And the silver eyes glow, and the ravine disappears.
Thank you.
She nods and she goes, "Toodle," and she hops off and runs off.
Doomy is going to be very cautious, and like take one foot and just go where the ravine used to be.
Yep.
So, word of warning:
Hmm.
when animals talk to you, and not like quill animals, but like little ones,
Yeah.
don't give them your name. Don't accept anything that they would offer you as a present, and generally don't, you know, they like making deals because they're not really animals; they're liars.
All of that seems like very rude manners.
Right?
Not gonna
Yeah.
lie. No, not them. You.
Oh,
I don't tell people my name. I don't accept gifts.
that's, you know what? I can see where you're coming from. That totally makes sense. Should we
Yeah.
go and catch them?
I think I have a pamphlet on manners somewhere. It was to help me. Yeah.
So
I'll
you
have
guys
you know that
quickly. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'll have you know that I scored 5 out of 5 on my customer service skills last review.
Is that
Um,
high?
Yes.
Okay.
And you guys quickly catch up to the other two. As they kind of stop to wait for you guys or try and go back for you guys, and then you catch up to them.
Quill, we saw that fox.
Was it like kind of creepy?
No, she was very nice. Her name is Alyssa.
Oh, I didn't get a name, so I guess that's kind of nice to get.
Did you give her your name?
No, but she already knew my name. She said that the creatures in the wild were talking about me.
She said that she was looking for Auntie Far.
Oh, she said that she was looking for me.
Oh.
Because she wanted to like help me meet all of her friends, which sounded great, but it was just kind of a weird way to go about it.
That seems tricksy.
That's just a lot coming from me too, yeah.
Doomy, is that good manners? I mean, she told us one thing and Quill something different. That doesn't seem very trustworthy.
Just because someone's polite doesn't mean you should trust them. You should always question everything. But you should also accept their presence. Al, what if I gave you this as a present? And she pulls out a like lopsided loaf of bread.
Well, given that I have a good understanding of your character, and you've been vetted and have the appropriate roles and credentials assigned to your duties, I would accept your gift. But if you were a stranger that I just met in the woods, that I didn't know if that loaf of bread was going to eat my face, because have you heard of mimics? That's how this shit works here.
So you said the word credentials, and her whole brain just went beep.
Authority?
So you guys get yourselves reoriented and get you guys selves back to Orenstrad, or on the way back to Orenstrad. You make it just before nightfall, and you come into the sleepy town. The mill hasn't fully started up again yet, but there does seem to be a couple of new characters in town that are trying to help get it going again. And one of them is a druid. So they're trying their best to make sure that communication is going a little bit better this time. And you guys come up to the Wildflower Inn, or is it the Wild Rose or the Wild? I cannot remember.
Pretty sure it's Wildflower.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have named it.
It's in the handouts for Orenstrad. It is the
Orenstrad.
Wildflower Inn.
Wildflower Inn.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you. The Wildflower
Thanks,
Inn.
Yeah, I populated it. Anyway.
Yeah. The local tavern is where you've been instructed to go. And as soon as you arrive, Madame Lumley sees Hoots and Quill and is like, "Oh goodness, oh you're here, oh goodness, quickly, please come upstairs, both of you, all four of you. Ern is just out at the moment, getting more supplies for the town. It's been a dreadful winter. Please come upstairs." And she ushers you upstairs, all four of you.
I rush up the stairs.
As she swings open the door, you get this weird smell of metallic and blood kind of hitting your senses, as if like copper was literally burning in the room. And as you walk in, you see Dern passed out, not writhing, but just moving slightly and holding himself in his sleep.
Are his legs supposed to be bent backwards like that at all of his joints?
And as James says, his joints, his thumbs, his fingers, everything is cracked and looks dislocated.
Chrissy, wake up.
Blue.
I don't like this.
His scales are this weird blue. Actually, Hoots and Quill, roll me a insight check. This is a very high DC. I will say that.
This would be a 16 from me.
On insight?
Yeah.
It's a 5.
You guys don't get anything off of that yet.
I rush in and like go. Is anyone stopping me from going up to
Nope.
Dern?
No one's stopping you. There is like a bar.
I want to grab
person
your
there.
tail. Specifically, like
roll a DC dexterity check.
Sure. Specifically because like that's a nat 20 on a 22.
You catch him.
It's like hold on.
Hold on a second though. You,
sick.
as I'm running, you grab my tail. So it extends. You ever grabbed a cat's tail before?
Yeah. Like I'm trying to like hold you back a little bit.
Yeah, you grab the tail as I'm running and it pulls extension, and instinctually I turn around and just swing at you.
Go for it. Cat's claws.
Roll it. Ow.
Sorry. Let me roll that properly. That's going to miss. So I'm not meaning to hurt, but you pull it.
Yeah.
I turn around and just like
I grab you by the shoulders because I'm twice your height. Not quite twice your height, but it's like he's sick, and we don't know if it'll make you sick by touching him.
And the person who's tending him at the bed turns, and you see a plague doctor, basically.
You can't help him if you get sick too.
Greetings. I see you're here to see Dan. My name is Dr.
Yeah.
Falstad, and I am here to aid in whatever ways I can.
I'm sorry, your
What's wrong
name's
with
what?
Dr. Falstad.
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 Okay.
Falstad.
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 false dad,
Falstad.
like a stepdad you don't quite like.
No. You are mispronouncing it. It is Falstad.
Frostdad.
Falstad, yeah, Falstad, like cold
Frostdad.
dad.
Cold
Full
Dad.
stead.
Cold Daddy. Got it.
Yes. So hold
Full
on.
stead.
So like full
Thank you.
full stead
Full stead.
Full
stead.
stead.
Full stead.
Full stead.
Well, you just said
Full stead.
student instead. Which one is it?
Stead.
Dad.
Stead. Full
Cold
stead.
Dad.
I lean
Full
into
step.
Hoots and I say, "Wow,
It's like
I-
we've actually replaced Dern with another Dern. And he
No,
like,
that's Stern. I'm Doomy.
I know, Doomy. I know who you are.
I look to the plague doctor and go, honestly, I don't really care what your name is. I just want to know if my friend's going to be okay.
Ah, yes, the mysterious illness. I actually have no idea what I am doing with this. I have tried leeches. I have tried blooding. Nothing seems to be working.
oh,
That's all you've done?
Yes.
Where's the people with the magic?
Ah, you see, I am a artificer. An alchemist, to be precise.
all right, somebody get this man out of this room because he's the most useless,
I like-
possibly created
I just
person."
like holding on to his. How tall is he?
Falstead?
Yes.
He's actually about 6'8".
Cool. I like put my hands around his waist and like kind of start like moving with him. Like,
Oh, we
Okay.
are going to a different room. Okay, all right.
there's some other patients here that might need your help. This one does not. Please bring someone who has magic.
Ah, who's ready for the leechings?
He's just got little leeches. Leeches.
And I turned to Auburn and I go, "You have magic, fix him."
I'll do my best. And I'll walk over. So I'm not a medicine sort of wizard, but I've seen a curse or two in my day. And I'm like, all right, let's lay out some facts here. Your friend, Ern, already saw him. Right? That's who sent the letter
Yes.
to you guys?
Yes.
All right. What can she do? Will, that Ern person, what was she good at? Did she shoot things with a bow? Did she
To
make
be
the
honest,
boo-boos go better?
I don't really know, to be honest. Didn't pay much attention. She kind of freaked me out.
Okay. All right.
Hoots.
She's a cleric.
All right.
Does the godly magic.
Yeah. All right. Well, we can do a couple of things. I'm gonna cast detect magic off the hop
Okay.
and see if it's magical in nature.
Abilities would be considered a magical effect, correct?
If they're magical abilities, they
I-
would have a trace. Yeah.
I would believe, yes, it would have a trace then.
Okay. Normally focusing, you can kind of tell a school.
Yeah.
But if it's like, curse magic.
It would, yeah, it's a
Um,
curse magic. I was just trying to think if it would be agitation or what's the transformative type?
Well, bestow curse is necromancy, but
Okay.
transmutation is
Transmutation.
another one. So
yeah, it would be transmutation mixed with necromancy, I would say.
all right. Well, reasonably. All right. So there's some kind of magic whammy on your bud here. Something's afflicting him. Normally with magic, it's either permanent or somebody's got to think about it while it's working. So you can deal with that by you remember the bubble? I don't have to think about the bubble, but it's got a time frame. Like after a certain amount of time, it goes away. Like burning a candle. Sometimes some of the stuff that you can do, if you get punched in the face really hard, the magic turns off. Or if you punch the person using the magic in the face really hard, it turns off. But I don't see anybody casting magic on him right now. So he could be cursed for all eternity to writhe in agony. But we can fix that.
Okay.
I don't want any of that. I just want him back to normal.
All right. Well, technically I have to touch him, but I get the feeling that Plague Man has touched him enough. So I'll
Leeches!
pull on a set of gloves that look decidedly like mechanics gloves from like Princess Auto, like Velcro the wrist, and I'll dump a remove curse into him.
As you put your hands on Dern's arm, you guys see the flow of magic. Kind of, what color would that be? Remove curse, adjuration.
Alburn's individual magical effect is usually orange.
Orange.
Yep.
Perfect. So you see kind of a swirl of orange go down his arm and into Dern. And the arm that he's touching, you can start to see the fingers straighten out again, and you see the blue scales slowly retract. But as Alburn takes his arms off, it slowly comes back down. And for those who are a little squeamish, you hear bones cracking again. As if somebody is popping their knuckles.
Were you saying his scales were retracting into his body?
No, I wasn't saying that. They were changing. They were blue hueish, and now they were going back to silver, but now they're going back to blue.
And as they went back to blue, he got all twisted
Gnarly.
and fucked up again. Yeah. All right. Well, couple of things. That's supposed to work 99.9% of the time. It works. Like 60% of the time, it works every time. Like, so it's not one of those permanent like set it and forget it curses. Somebody's actively thinking about this. Like somebody's actively targeting Dern to put him through this right now.
Did he say anything when he was brought in?
What's that do me?
Who would target Dern?
No. You guys know him.
I will let you guys roll either intelligence, insight, or you know what, at this point, history check to check your own memories.
I don't know Dern, so I'm not rolling that.
Yeah. I will let you roll on one of those because you do know Dern from the pits.
Yeah. What did you say? History, insight,
or just intelligence?
I got a 9.
I got a 6.
I got a 7.
Jesus Christ.
Alburn, I'll let you roll.
Okay.
Hold on, let me just double check my sheets here because you need a little bit of a hand here. Nature. I'll let you roll a nature or arcana. Up to you.
Well, it's going to be arcana.
I know it's going to be arcana.
I'm going to guide myself on this because I am nothing if not the mansplaining asshole. That's a nat 1, but it's technically a 12.
Still a nat 1.
You guys are all surrounded around Dern, thinking about
on skill
everything.
checks.
And nothing is coming to mind. You do not know who would target Dern or why they would target Dern.
Yeah. Do you guys have enemies, Hoots? Like,
oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we actually last time we were here, we pissed off a bunch of thug thieving bandits. I accidentally killed them. Not good, just gonna say things. And then Quill rode his body down a hill like a sled. So
I did okay. So in my defense, I did not mean to hit that tree. It was supposed to be the quickest route down, and there's not supposed to be any problems.
But you rode him into town, like, yeah, we pissed some people off. I'll be the first to admit.
All right, well, let me put this to you then. The people that you pissed off, did they matter? And I mean this in the kindest way of like, the majority of us showed up here able to like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon our way through life.
Oh, I mean, like, the one we killed mattered, but, like, I don't know if the rest of them really did. They all crumpled pretty easily.
Well, so here's the thing. So that's the highest level of magic that I can pump out, and I'm pretty good at what I do. And it didn't work, which means that whoever or whatever is doing this has access to some pretty potent whammy magic. So unless they're some kind of like powerful caster, I'm not sure of an arcane spell that would do this short of like ramshackle shit. Or, you know, some kind of like fey giant dragon shenanigans shit.
What about a dryad?
Not usually their MO from what I've read. Like you could ask, I guess.
But that might be somebody to check in with, because we found mutual ground with a dryad. I don't know if I'd say we were friends, but we stopped her from kidnapping a bunch of children, and we also saved her sister's tree, sort of, as well as we could, considering it was being made into floorboards at the time.
Well, neither of those things sound like the kind of thing that would provoke like fucking somebody up. Like, this is some Kruger shit.
Doomy wants to turn to. I mean, is there anyone else but us in the room anymore, or are we just?
No, but the doctor is just down the road.
Hey, hey, Doc.
Yes.
Has Dern been saying anything? We are out of clues.
Oh, darn. There's been a name he has mentioned a few times. I'm trying. It's like I'm doing a weird Italian meets German. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. It doesn't matter. Anyway,
To be fair, he probably is making up the accent anyways to seem special.
exactly.
Doomy thinks he's very special.
So Hoots would have grown up speaking German, so he's like a special level of offended right now.
Oh yeah, I forgot about your grandpa.
Yeah. So he walks him back in and goes, he has been having very active dreams, moving around so much.
Okay, there's Sigmund Freud. Calm down.
Why, hello there. Why, hello, little arrow man. And he goes over and he says, there was a couple of things. There was a name. There was something about a yellow eye. And a name, Sot. A very strange name. And then there was one other thing, something about Antifa.
What was that name again?
Sart.
Sart. Okay.
So, although I'm picturing it with the accent that your character would have, there's a bit of an H in there.
Yes, 100%. Shut it.
All right.
So, okay, so Dern was calling out for these people?
Yes, and the yellow eye was the interesting one to me.
Any particular reason, or just some kind of weird choice?
It was when the most change would happen to him. I would like you all to please roll. Just Quill and Hoots again.
Mhm.
This will be a insight or I'm going to go with. I'm trying to think. After hearing the yellow eye, insight or
history. Like for a second, thanks to your face, I was just showing that I was shaking dice because my hand down here felt a little weird.
There have been a couple times where you've been shaking your dice.
Our first live stream we did, our big charity stream, our 12-hour one. One of the first main comments directed at me was, "You don't have to jerk your dice off." In the chat. So
History
I get it.
or
insight. History or insight. I'll give you either one.
we're going insight for 17.
All right. And Hoots?
Dirty 20.
Okay. This is the first adventure. No, the second adventure you guys went on.
Calabasha, the goose goddess, the Zarts. Was that what they were?
Zvarts.
Zvarts?
And as soon as you say that out loud, Hoots, you look at the blue scales on his body. It matches your memory.
The Zvarts were the
They were the short little goblin-y things
Yes.
that we massacred. and
that he
stole
felt bad
Calabasha-
for killing.
And
that
you
we stole the
also-
Calabasha from.
You also remember there were warlocks, meaning that they have a patron.
Do you relay this information?
I mean, I don't know if Hoots would actually know that warlocks have patrons.
I mean,
No,
you
I mean,
had
like-
you had a warlock in your party like
So okay, yeah,
a
yeah,
month
yeah.
ago, so you probably know.
Okay, so I'm trying to think how Hoots would understand this. He's been here for almost a year now. He's probably got a pretty decent understanding of some things.
Reasonably.
So, you know, Quill, do you remember those things we killed in that cave? The Vart.
Ah, the Swats.
Yeah, that thing. Thank you, Doc. You can leave now. It's fine.
On my way. Bloodletting now.
I kind of like, I go, yeah, those things were really scary. I tried to run away. You guys were like, no, we're gonna fight.
Yeah, well, that's where Dern got the. Oh fuck me! Where's the Calabasha?
The Calabasha is right next to the bed.
Oh, thank God.
Are you planning on playing croquet?
No, that's a powerful magical artifact that can summon a lot of water, and Dern uses it to hit things.
Looks like a water polo hammer.
It kind of, you know what? You've pointed it out now, and you are kind of right. It does.
I pull out that leather necklace with the chunk of wood on it with a couple of animal bones that I found down there. That was from down there, wasn't it?
It was.
No,
Mhm.
that was where I found the toy.
The toy.
Toy
That's
dinosaur.
right. The toy dinosaur.
Yes, I kind of like dig through my bag because I haven't thought about this thing in a long time, and I kind of like pull out this little toy dinosaur thing, and I kind of put it towards Aldrin, and I go, "Is this a problem? Or is it magic? What is it?"
Your find or detect magic is still up, so no, there's nothing on that.
All right, yeah. There are powerful enchantments in this dinosaur toy, friend. Please give it to me. Take it.
I kind
I
of like,
see.
what
Okay,
if me
sorry.
taking that is what gave Dern his problems?
Well, the only way it could have happened is if you touched this toy to him. Reveal your secrets. And I use Mage Hand, and I make the toy float at Quill.
Roll deception.
As a ghostly spiritual hand. Carries it close to. That's just a 10.
Quill
Quill,
kind of like for a second and then kind of pauses and goes, "Okay, hold on a second here."
I'm fucking with you, and I drop
I
the toy.
Kind of grab the
ground.
toy and I go,
Yeah.
"Well, you don't think they're coming for the toy, do you?"
No, that's probably just a toy, and you probably didn't do this to your friend with the toy. You probably did this to your friend because you pissed somebody off.
Oh, I pissed somebody off.
Yeah.
But no one
Well,
saw
I
me.
mean,
was
you
hiding
guys
in the-
collectively.
Well, there were warlocks down there. At least I think they were warlocks.
Oh
They were
yeah,
magic users. So
so they probably have pledged themselves to some kind of, ancient eldritch being. Yeah.
So-
yeah. Do you fuck with Lovecraft?
Oh man, my dad had a collection of Lovecraft books. I
Yeah.
could not get past Cthulhu though. I enjoyed the story, just wasn't really my thing. I'm more of a sci-fi guy.
Yeah, shit, man. Good, good
Shit, man,
insights
dude,
into
you
how
are this fall.
this how this world kind of works. If you guys were dealing with warlocks and stuff, they probably have a boss, and you probably messed up his operation a little bit.
I mean, they did have a bunch of chains wrapped around this thing.
There was also like that. We didn't go all the way in. We kind of like grabbed the stuff and ran. Like there might be farther in if we need to go back to the hole.
That's a long ways away.
You explored the whole cave.
I thought we didn't.
No, you guys
It
did.
was a really small cave.
I thought we
there
got
was-
out because we were scared.
There were giant footprints on the way in, and we were like, we can't hang around here. We gotta go.
You found a cloak sized for something like gigantuan, and we're like, we
Right.
should fuck off and leave now.
Right.
Okay. And also, just because I feel like everyone else would remember, like the characters would remember. Someone roll something to remember Dern talking about a yellow eye, because this is not the first time we've heard about a yellow eye.
I would say that history check that Hoots made a little while ago
The fish.
would count that.
We thought it was a fish monster, but like it was part of his dreams.
Yeah.
That and floor mat.
And we only went to get the calabasha because he had a feeling.
Yeah.
Anyway, I apologize. The character that portrayed in all those adventures isn't here.
No. That would definitely be a Hoots like recollection on that, being like, oh yeah, Dern had a bunch of dreams, and then we went and found the calabasha because he thinks floor mat sent him to find it.
And Antifar worked on Antifar and Agnes worked
on
at
restoring
that. We restored the temple at that location where the calabasha was retrieved from.
Maybe that's a
and you are
place
aware
to
of all
look.
those things.
Yeah.
Like, look, if you've got a lead, like, you can look there. Where is this place?
4 days easily, not on deep snow and up a waterfall.
Okay.
There's probably a slightly different way from the direction you guys are coming from.
Yeah, but it would take us through the forests in the dead of winter, in uncharted, like in territory that realistically probably hasn't been charted since the foundation of the womb.
So I have a compass and a map, and some pace beats. We can do this if you want. You can fly. I mean, I have an owl. We can recon the shit out of this.
Great warriors do not turn away at a chance for greatness. We go. We save Dern.
We should rest here for the night.
Yeah, let's like take a sleep because I don't want to like die almost again. But I'll do anything to get Dern back to health.
Well,
All right.
how long do we think we have?
Well,
roll me an Arcana check, James.
Sure.
Can Hoots help with that?
Yes, I would say you could give a help.
Sure. That's going to be a 31.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, to the precise you have at max a week and a half.
So he wasn't blue before, right? He was the silvery, oily. All right. Well, that doesn't look comfortable. So, yeah. Here's the thing: if you have a friend who's a cleric, if he expires, politely, there are magics that can bring him back. They're not cheap, and they usually work. I can't help you with that.
I'm going
But
to
keep the leech man away from him.
Leeches. You hear as you take a look back over Dern, Auburn, your detect magic is probably just starting to fade at this point.
Mhm.
But you notice something funny about the calabasha and the puzzle box that's beside it. And you
Hey.
notice the energies from the puzzle box and the calabasha are flowing into Dern, as if trying to, and the spots that are glowing on Dern look as if they are trying to fight back against the curse, which is what is giving you your time.
So this is kind of interesting. That magic polo mallet there, it's trying to help him out, and that weird, cool looking Amazon puzzle box right there that you find that's all like, you know, itchy and covered in cogs that you'd pay way too much for at a convention.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's apparently trying to help him. That's got some powerful mojo in it.
I mean, it is where the Titan came from.
The what now?
Oh, remember we talked about giant robots? There was a Warforged Titan inside that box at some point, and Cal and I have been trying to take it apart to eventually either reactivate it or ride around inside of it. We haven't quite decided which yet.
Okay. Don't move the box or the hammer, I guess. Just keep it close to him. And we got about a week, give or take. So yeah, let's do that then.
If we rest tonight, push the dogs tomorrow, we can probably cover half the distance. But we're going to be pushing through the forest, so we're going to be riding tight and fast.
Yeah. That's
all right.
That's about right.
I'm very tight and fast, so we'll be fine.
You know that the forests between so where is this place? You said 4 days.
Well, we'd have,
and I hold out my hand and I do this, and with minor illusion, you see the very rough map holographically appear of the womb.
And just does a little bit of a thing. It like makes the Windows startup sound as this happens from the little red glowing orb you have.
Yeah,
Riley, can you throw us to a map screen?
I would love to.
There should be one that has it all.
Yes. Once roll 20, go over there, and then I click on this, and then I close this. I close this. I close this.
You just have to move the players to the appropriate.
There we go.
There it is.
So we're, if I'm not mistaken, up here. Right?
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah, we're like right up here.
Yeah,
So
we need to go to the Mortal Lakes.
So it's
which is
down
about
here.
Okay.
So it's actually closer. It's about, I would say, with the dogs, about
through
2
the
days.
mountains, though.
Yeah.
It is worth stating that all through here
is mountain.
Is mountainy terrain. There isn't a giant gap right here.
Okay.
I just didn't finish the map.
Got it. Lazy James. No.
there's some woodlands in here and a mountain range through here. So
we it'd probably still be like pushing the dogs. We could maybe make it in 2, but we risk basically exhausting the dogs, not having them to come back, right?
Yeah.
Can dogs go through mountainous terrain?
Oh yeah,
actually yes.
With a sled?
Yes, they can.
There's often trails and stuff like that they can find and ride.
Okay.
The Yukon actually has a very famous race about that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know they have races. I'm just thinking about, Naylore's mountains.
But you're rolling a die on that one.
That's fair.
Or we could go the whole way around the path that we know is safe.
That would take 6 days. We probably don't have time.
If we push the dogs, we could make it back to. We could probably make it to here in a day, here in a day, and then to at least the mouth of the thing in a day. It's 3 days. So but that's pushing the dogs as hard as we can the entire time.
I will say this.
We still have to get back.
There is a chance, and I don't know for certain because I don't know what's afflicting this person, that when we deal with whatever's doing this to him, we might still need to remove the residue out of his body with what I did earlier. So using the whole week to get there because it's safe could work, but we risk maybe he doesn't do so well. Or we take the risk and come back and maybe he's fine. Like, I'm just saying. It's your buddy. You guys make a choice.
I'd rather him be okay, so I think we should do whatever the quickest one is. We're pretty strong. We can fight things off.
To the mountains.
Yeah, that's right, Dern 2.0.
You guys rest.
I'll
for
have
the
you know I
evening.
am higher in line than him.
I'm gonna start calling Doobie Derny.
Not in our group.
So
Does
No,
he
no
have
offense.
pamphlets?
No offense, you're great, but like
Just
Dern's
your
number one.
pamphlets. No, Dern has magazines.
Some of them are wrapped in plastic.
I don't know what to tell you. And then she's gonna attack in a few turns. and-
Some of them have pages you cannot see.
Hey, I was moving right
Unstick.
past your jokes. Thank you very much.
there's a no, you know what? No, I'm not gonna finish that thought. Not gonna finish that thought. All right. Anyway, so you guys rest for the evening.
Indeed.
With pleasant dreams of, well, actually probably not so pleasant. The plague doctor actually is a decent human being, and he does make Dern comfortable. Like,
Okay.
he's not that much of a fuck up, even although he does believe that leeches does work.
I want to make a point to talk to him and be like, look, artificers are fine. Alchemists are the scum of the earth. Like, you had so many choices that you could have made, and you chose to just, you could have chosen nothing at all and been a better profession than what you are. And I turn and leave him.
He just goes, "Oh, script kitty, I know of you." And you
You see a mage hand just like flip him a bird.
Goodbye, kitty. And he goes to just make Dern comfortable during this time. And you guys rest. It's a you guys rest and you guys get going pretty early in the morning. I'm just gonna say that give me a couple of survival checks. Or give me a survival check, a group survival check as you guys are racing.
As we take off, or as we're making our preparations, let's say, is there anybody that you guys need to send word to about any of this kind of stuff? Do you need to normally check in?
I would send word back to
Argoth
and Benasha.
All right. That night I have 2 third-level spells remaining, so.
Okay.
I'm just gonna. Okay, Doomy wouldn't think of it. It's fine.
All right.
You're so used to playing the smarter character.
I know Doomy's intelligence is an 8.
Doomy's
charisma is an 8. Like,
I'll dump ascending in into Argoth, and the same sort of message to Benasha. We made it to Orenstrad. Dern is cursed, tracking down leads, heading to the Mortal Lakes.
Just the anti-fa there, it would have made sense to send to another powerful magic user.
Didn't have enough spell slots.
Argoth goes, understood. That's all he sends. Benasha, on the other hand, sends, good. Please keep us updated on your progress. Anti-Far is there.
Okay. Huh. So, Farland's at the Mortal Lakes, boys, and lady.
And you guys set on your travels.
We're doing
And
survival, right?
there's 2 survivals. There's been 2 successes, so you guys are fine. No loss of anything because you guys are doing okay. Animal handling, though, on the other hand, for those 2 carts, please.
An 11?
A 17?
Hoots, you're having trouble keeping pace today. It's definitely, you are riding them hard. So you don't get as far as you want, but you're still making pretty good time. I'm going to say that you're about a day and a half out. Sorry. We said it was about 3 days to the Mortal Lakes.
2 days if we run the dogs hard.
2 days if you ran the dogs hard. I'm going to say that you ran the dogs a little too hard today, so you'll be arriving about half a day late. So you'll be arriving at the Mortal Lakes as the sun's kind of coming down.
Okay.
That's the best way how I can kind of put it. And as you guys are riding, you guys come to where you need to rest for the day, and the dogs are dead tired. So that's fine, and you'll have to just do a regular ride tomorrow. I will need a camp setup as we get going here. And just for the sake of storytelling, is there anybody who would like to have story moments while we have this tent set up?
Boots, how comfortable are you scouting the area by yourself?
Around here should be fine to go up in the skies, take care of it from the air.
So I got a buddy that can pretty good at it, and you see him like reach into his wizard sleeve, and he pulls out a ball of fluff about yay big, and it gives a shake, and it's like an owlet, and it's the most bedraggled looking motherfucker you've ever seen. And it's like, what's this is Oris.
What?
Oris likes to breathe fire.
What?
But yeah, I toss the fluff ball in the air, and like he almost makes it most of the way to the ground before he like catches himself and starts like fucking off.
Do the arm flap again.
Abusing this animal. If he lands, he lands. If he doesn't, he doesn't.
If he dies, he dies.
Animal, or is it like a familiar that you summon?
It's my familiar.
Okay, so if it dies, you can bring it back.
Exactly.
And what's his
life
name
has
again?
no meaning, like Steve.
Hold on,
His
you
name is
hired-
Oris.
You not hired. You summoned a familiar and were like, nah, I'm gonna take the most haggard looking thing and not give it any good anything.
He's an owl. He's fine. His job is to see the places I can't see and to breathe fire on things while I wait at a safe distance. That is his job. That's what he is for. It involves stuffing a spicy pepper into his mouth first, because that's the material component. But you know, it's the thing. Lehman's tiny hut as we're like doing some stuff, and then Hoots and Oris, let's scout some shit.
Okay.
All right. Hoots, I will give you advantage on your perception check for this evening.
Okay. I need it. It's a 13 either way.
13 either way. Okay. 13's actually not too bad. Let me just roll my thing here. It's a beautiful night. The clouds, it's a cloudless evening. And you just see down below Naylore. The treetops are covered in this beautiful white snow. It reminds you a lot of when you did a scud run a couple of times, flying just below the cloud cover.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you. And yeah, it gives you that feeling of actually, you know what? You flew in a twin otter at one point, probably doing this. You were probably doing a delivery run up north.
It would have been his beaver.
It would have been a beaver? Okay, fair.
Beaver.
So yeah, as you get this kind of nostalgic memory of home and what home was. So yeah, we'll end that one there. Who's next watch?
I'll go next.
All right.
And as I go and I'm getting my axe ready, and I'm like, dum dum dummy dum 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 dum. I'm looking at the sky and I'm looking around and I'm like, crows are bad omens. Bad omens. Bad omens.
Roll a perception check.
11. I'm better than this.
There is a raven. Just kind of pecking at the ground nearby you. Just not doing anything much, just there. With your perception, however, and it's poor stealth check it made. You see silver eyes on it.
Kill it.
I would like to Doomy's not smart enough for this. She's gonna go. Did you hurt her?
The crow turns its head, or the raven turns its head. Ah, shit! You can see me. It flies off.
Can I try and hit it?
Yeah, go ahead. You're a
Lightning.
little ways away, but so I'll say it's disadvantage.
Okay.
Are you throwing it?
No, I'm just gonna run at it and chase it and try to hit it in the air. It'll be fine. That's a 23 to hit.
With disadvantage.
Oh no, it's a 14 to hit. Sorry.
Yeah, 14. Oh god, did you actually hit it? This you might have.
Would it be a dexterity now, or?
Oh no, did you hit it? Oh yeah, no, you.
I'm pretty sure a bird has an armor class 7.
Your axe comes down, and all you hear is just piff as the bird is gone. There's just black feathers, and
Is there a body?
there's not a body.
Can I take feathers?
Like, oh yeah, the feathers just go everywhere. Like you poof this bird.
So what's important to me? Okay, so just so you understand my reasoning for this, Jumi doesn't waste anything. If there's a meal to be had from the enchanted crow, she wants to eat it.
So the bird just went poof, like completely poofed. And there's just feathers everywhere now. I'll give you this one. There's a fox looking very disapprovingly, very like on a little plateau, a little far away from it, and goes like,
"Did you hurt Dern?"
"No."
Who hurt Dern?
I don't know.
Do you know anything?
I know what the animals talk about.
What do they talk about?
Well, they know that Dern was walking by himself in the snow with snowshoes and to Orenstrad. He knows that. That crow in particular knew that. His name was Jeremy.
And he will be remembered as the brave warrior he was. What else did Jeremy tell you?
I'm not going to tell you now.
Well, what am I supposed to think when you go and you put me in mortal danger?
It was just Jeremy. And the fox jumps back over the cliff, over like the little stone, and runs off.
Jumi now has a dislike for foxes.
And that will bring your. Is there any other story bits you'd
So
like?
I'm going to bring back in my feathers and look at them and look around the group and who has done their watch and who hasn't done their watch.
Quill and Allburn have not done theirs yet.
Okay. And I'm going to go up to Allburn and I'm going to kick his shoe where he's sleeping.
Yeah. What?
I tried to kill a crow and I succeeded, but all I got was the feathers.
Sorry.
And the fox came back and talked to me again. It's been a long night. I think I'm going to go to sleep unless you need me to tell you more things.
I'm up. I'm up.
Okay.
I'm up.
Good.
Did you eat the crow?
There was no body left, and I'm
Oh,
hungry.
fuck.
I am not to interject. I am so mad none of you asked what did the fox say.
Been going through my head.
I did that joke like an hour and a half ago.
You did.
Oh, I totally missed it.
All the way. I'm like, all right, well, if there was no body on the fox, it means it was a magical, or on the crow, it means it was a magically conjured familiar crow.
Named Jeremy.
Oh, it had a name. That's even more to the point.
Yeah, Alyssa told me that Jeremy told her that Dern was alone in the snow wearing snowshoes, and, that's the thing. And then I tried to ask Alyssa more questions, but she decided that she was going to be mean, and I don't really like mean people.
So the information that she provided you, how does that make you feel?
Like she knows more and didn't
Okay.
share because she's rude people.
Uh-huh. Was she within a safe destructive distance to fireball?
How would you measure that in javelins?
4 javelin lengths. Like
Yes.
the distance that you could throw a javelin times 4.
4. Yes.
Okay, good. Good. I'm just keeping our options open here.
I'm really proud of Doomy.
I have a secret for you. Some very key knowledge. If you hit something hard enough, sometimes it reverts back to its original form. And if you believe that something isn't in its original form, you can just keep hitting it until it does. And maybe its original form was ground hamburger. But either way, you're going to get what you want.
Friend Al, I am very good at hitting things.
I believe you. I've seen where you live.
It's the pit.
It most certainly is. You should
she knows what that means.
you should get some sleep. And I'll get up and everything is warm and melted and good in here, and there's a floor. So I don't technically need to go outside the tent, but I will anyways.
And I tracked in a bunch of snow on my shoes and it's melted.
Prestidigitation. And yeah, I just scoop some snow into that purification bottle I have, and it shake it and it filters out, and I pour myself coffee.
All
and
right.
Eat a ration and look around and do some scripting.
Okay.
Prepare my spells for the day.
Okay, perfect. You can roll me a perception then, my friend.
Right.
You can do it with advantage because of your owl.
Cool. 28.
A very disguised and almost invisible fox is watching you from the forest.
Fireball.
No, I'm going to I notice I have no interest in talking to this fox, but it needs to know something about me. And 10 words start forming in the sky over the course of 10 minutes. So I use skywrite to just spell out the shape of a middle finger pointing in her general direction. Maybe the words like CrossFit, you can cross fuck off.
Yep.
Underneath.
As that happens, you hear a laughter come from the forest. And very quietly, you hear steps come towards you. And out steps from the forest a beautiful woman with almost white hair, but it's as if it was that beautiful, magical white kind of hair, tied up in a bun behind her head. She's got darker skin and this beautiful, almost traditional kind of druid get up as she walks towards you. So you saw me. And how are you doing this evening?
Coffee.
Oh, I haven't had coffee in years.
It's worthwhile.
Hmm.
It's a neat trick.
And you see her do that with her hand, and a small stump of ice comes out from the ground. And she sits down. Just across from you, or a little distance from you.
I fold my shield tripod table out and like kind of like hunker down, and it's like one of those little folding school desk attaché cases.
Hmm.
And I sit down and I like stare across my coffee cup at her.
You
So-
don't know. How long have you been in the womb for?
A couple of years now.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I presume my name is probably not among the nicer said names.
Would Albrun know that?
Roll me a history check.
Sure. I won't guidance myself because we're in a thing.
Mhm.
It's still a 26.
Jesus Christ. Your intelligence craziness.
Look, I have an intelligence of this. I have an intelligence of 18.
Yep,
It's fine.
it's
good.
fine. Yes, you do remember this name. It was from a few years ago. But you remember hearing about this person. They were a apprentice of Antifar.
Hmm.
A disgraced apprentice of Antifar.
See?
One where she tried to use nature more for herself rather than for the womb. And she was asked to leave. And in a very loud show between Antifar and her, she was eventually kicked out.
I see.
You do not have to reveal that you know that, but that's
Yeah.
what you know.
All right. Well, he says out loud, he's like, here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with sisters doing it for themselves, so to speak. And I get that place is a little stuffy sometimes, but they do a lot of good, so it's fine. The rules are important. What you do outside the womb is anybody's business. You know how the Kodasao works.
Oh, I do. But I'm still a little disappointed.
That's fair. I mean, did you put in a ticket? You could appeal. Is that what you're looking for here? Is that you want to have a conversation?
I would
got a
love to
hit
have
list?
a conversation with my old mentor.
You understand how scary she is, right?
Oh, I do.
Okay.
I
yeah.
trained under her for years.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. These guys are sleeping.
Mhm.
Was there something that you're looking for? I already said that I'd pass a message on to you, and I do mean that.
And I know that you will. But this is just an amusing group to follow. I want
that's
to know
fair.
more.
You know, if you had skills, you could probably send her a message yourself.
Yes, but this is a very personal message. And she pulls out a small package
Mhm.
and puts it down on the ground in front of her.
Hmm.
And she gets up. She turns into a elk and then jumps away.
Well, he has an intelligence of 18.
Mm-hmm.
So going through the motions while staying inside a fucking bubble of security. First things first. Detect magic. He's got 2 hours of his watch and he's burning it spent like casting ritual spells.
Yep. Detect magic. From what you can tell, this is an item that can block whatever's inside.
Oh, there's lead. Great. All right, so that's a confirmation right there then. He's like, "Hey, folks, we got we got a situation. Can you get up, please?" He says it like slowly as to not like, oh god, we're gonna die.
Yeah.
I need a call before I roleplay how this goes out because Doomy has danger sense, which gives me advantage on dexterity saving throws against effects that you can see, such as traps and spells. So Doomy's going to offer to open the box, assuming that danger sense is applicable.
I would say that danger sense is applicable.
I would point out that if anybody's gonna be opening this box, it's gonna be Oris. I will turn him into some kind of a small monkey and send him on his way. And Oris is like,
Oris.
look, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Like he's not actually getting hurt. He's just getting Lego block pulled apart, and then I'll reconstitute his flesh. It's fine. That sounds a lot more morbid outside of my mouth than it did inside my mouth. But I would like everybody to have an understanding of what's happening here before I act on my own. That seems like a pretty reckless sort of thing to do to a group of people while they're camping.
That's fair. Greatly appreciate it.
Yeah.
Are we talking like, should we get him a little like bomb disposal vest or?
Why? What? Why?
I don't think you understand this here. He is ready to sacrifice this thing that he. Here's actually this. Here's why it's so haggard. Every time it comes into something, it's haggard because even though it's a familiar, he has thrown this at so much shit that it physically, the magic tying it to this world cannot generate a healthy looking body.
See, Quill got it in one. Quill got it in one. I've been using Oris as an owl familiar for decades of playing D&D. That bird is fucked.
It's seen some shit.
So here's the
This
thing.
is so against like how all of our other familiar situations go because everyone gets so attached. They're like, Steve, protect Steve. We're like, protect everybody. And this one, you're just like, no, let it blow up.
You're worth 10 gold worth of incense if something happens. That's a much better deal.
Should we just like put it out, like put the box outside the dome and then let the monkey do the thing, I guess?
Well, here's my thoughts. I tried to see if it was magical, and it's not, because there's something blocking my sight on it. And the only reason that you'd put something in a lead box is if it needed to be blocked from scrying of some kind. It's a thing. Like if you put yourself in a lead room, I can't use that sending spell on you. It blocks a lot of divination kind of stuff. But it's really heavy and inconvenient to carry around, so don't carry a lead box, Quill. We can dispel it, the whole shebang, and see what happens. And then after that, maybe we get a monkey to open it. We'll just stay inside the bubble.
I feel like it's just safer to put it outside the bubble.
Well, it's outside the bubble right now.
Oh, okay.
She can't come in the bubble.
Right. So, like, why don't you just send the monkey out then?
Because I could dispel it and maybe it won't blow up, or I can take the risk and lose 10 gold and money.
Dispelling sounds like the better
I
idea.
have 10 gold.
No,
That is all the gold that Doomy has in her possession.
That seems inaccurate, like I put in an incomplete character sheet for you, but I like that idea.
I like the idea that Doomy just doesn't have the money because Doomy doesn't have a reason for money except to help her prep for things.
That's fair.
Or,
we are 20 episodes in and Quill has not made a single dollar.
Quill is bees.
And that's not accurate because there is gold for the group, but we'll deal with that later.
Yes. So what would you like to do with this box?
I'm thinking
send the monkey.
Send the monkey to pick it up, or I'll send. How big is said box? Is it like bonbon size?
Yeah,
All right.
big. Yeah, big.
So Horus is an owl.
Yep.
He'll take it and like move it away about 120 feet from us,
Okay. Nothing
and
happens.
then and then as he puts it down, I'll poop him back and stick my hand out and dispel magic. So you see him like unfold his playbook and he scripts a little bit and runs fingers along the keyboard.
Yep.
And this red orb rises up and it says executing dispellation.exe.
The spell goes off, and the box opens. Basically, yeah, you just see.
How's the owl?
Oh, the owl's back with us. This is
Oh.
brought him back. Not wasting 10 gold that I don't have to.
Yeah. So yeah, the box is now in the middle of the snow.
Now I send the owl.
Okay, so now did
Everything
you
here is
dispel
trying to keep
the box.
An object or magical effect within range. So I dispelled magic on the object of the box.
Okay, but not something if it was inside the box.
Any spell of 3rd level or lower on that target ends. Yeah.
So just the box. Not the thing inside the box.
Yeah.
This reading break is brought to you by dried sweetened cranberries.
Okay.
Cranberries?
So
Hashtag not a sponsor.
As long as
as
it's
the-
3rd level or lower, it dispels. If it's not, I have to roll for it.
as the owl moves in, hurt. It lands right beside the box. It's gone.
Called it.
Gone or like
Gone. It's you just see a flash and it's gone.
Like the whole box?
Nope, just the owl.
Oh.
I use the telepathic reach out to your familiar thing if they're on the, and it's like, hey, Doomy, you got that $10?
it's gone? Like it's not
Not
in
an infant.
existence?
Oris is dead.
Technically not dead.
Okay, that's fair. right.
But
Actually,
yeah,
this is important thing. Is it on the same plane of
Plane?
existence?
No.
Okay.
And I summon it to its pocket dimension, and I summon it back because there's no range restriction on it, as I understand.
Yep. What you witnessed, because you would know this, is it was a banishment spell.
Oh, I see. Yep.
That's a terrible gift to give us.
Buddy, you ever want to go home?
I mean, all the time, yeah.
That's what that can do. Kind of. It doesn't work most of the time because you know those tattoos that y'all have everywhere? We all have everywhere? You got that black mark on your foot the day you arrived? We talked about this in the first episode.
I don't remember this.
Everybody's
either.
Everyone has a marking from when they came in from to the womb.
somewhere on their body. There's a little like off-colored thing. Banishment stuff and plane shift stuff. You can't get home until that's gone, and nobody knows what makes it go away. Contentment,
Can't you just
personal power.
cut it off?
Not so much. I tried that.
You can't. You can cut tattoos off.
You can.
It's
It'll
not a
appear
tattoo.
elsewhere. Not a tattoo. That's the thing. But you know, this lady doesn't know that because she's obviously too dumb to be Antifar's apprentice. So,
Heard that. I'm going to say that the rest of the evening kind of goes by without any kind of issues.
What's-
hold
Well,
on,
well,
man. Yeah. We're not done with the box
Yeah.
yet.
but we're not opening that.
Mhm.
Sorry, buddy.
Could we not get a really long stick and
120 feet.
Well, Mage Hand exists and Oris is here. Like, it's
Yep.
it's
Why don't
probably
you mage
dissipated
hand
at
the
this point.
box open?
Well, I mean, it's open now. It
For
opened up. A
all
banishment spell came out.
all that you can tell is that it does not have any charges or anything left.
Yeah.
So
Like-
like, send your monkey back over there then.
Yeah. Do you want a box?
Yes.
I mean, kind of, yeah. I feel like it'd be really fun to have a box.
Hoots
Who knows what's in the box? It could be something really cool.
is
Yep.
okay. I didn't bring enough of this. Any like
You get used to it.
do you?
No.
Okay. But Quill, I will say that box is like 60% safe at this point. It is very unlikely that she put more than one banishment spell in the same box at the same time. So,
I don't want to take that risk.
okay, Oris, go and open the box again.
Hurt. It flies over, does nothing.
See? It's safe. Oris
the
bet his
box.
life on that.
And it's a mimic, and it snaps shut. No.
This is why you don't accept bread from strangers. Bread mimics.
But
Ladder
what's in the
mimics.
box? Can you see through his eyes?
Yes.
Inside the box is just a bunch of ruins and things like that.
Yeah.
And a smiley face that says, "Hello, Antifar."
Yeah. So this is done with a spell I know, where you can take some magic and take any spell, and you can put it in a box, or on a rock, or on a stick, or on a table full of fidget spinners, connected with fishing line, and thrown into a demiplane for, the purposes of banishing elder gods. Stuff like this.
Specifically, Magic Box was made by Justin Timberlake.
It's magic in a box.
More like a dick
So-
move in a box.
As we're moving along here, and we're ending the night, everyone gets their rest and everything like that. We're gonna say that the next day's travel, although albeit a bit slower, you get going. And Hoots and Quill, you arrive to a place you remember from one of your very first adventures, the Mortal Lakes. Instead of a smelly, gross bog, you see something completely different. You smell, or actually not smell because it's winter at the moment, so it's actually pretty clear, but you see a beautifully frozen, crystalline lake. It looks like this would be the perfect hockey rink, Hoots. This would be the thing that you would find up north. You guys would land a plane and pull out some cases of beer and play hockey from like a helicopter kind of thing.
Go ice fishing.
Yeah, go ice fishing.
And this was the lake that Dern had made the hole in, and we found the stuff underground.
Yep.
Okay.
And over by where that ruined temple was, getting slowly built, still has some work to get done. You see a temple. Restored mostly. Still has work to get done. Now there's only one person working on it rather than two, because somebody decided to go flirt with a mage over in another place.
I have business elsewhere.
And swearing up a storm as she's trying to kick out a couple of geese, you guys see Antifar. And she looks over and she's like, Hoots? Quill? Auburn? To me. What in God's names are bringing the four of you up here at this time of year?
Dogs.
Look, she's not wrong. That is
that's some
true
Quill
fact.
level
Wikipedia that.
There's
Al, do you
Antibar
have
just
any more of
speechless.
that left?
Eventually. If I don't, she does.
Rolling just a couple of things here. She walks over to you guys, and she's just like looking. What can I do for you guys? What are you doing here?
Trying not to die dodging your crazy ex-apprentice Sith bitch.
Is she out in the snow again?
Pretending to be a fox? And is all silvery and casting banishment traps on us? Yeah. That's
See,
Vern is dying.
Oh, that
There's
too.
a pamphlet.
She takes the pamphlet, puts it in her pocket.
Kindling.
Exact thought.
Honestly.
Dern is dying. Okay, sorry, you're going to have to pause for a second. And as you guys are talking, you start to hear crows, ravens, and other foxes jump out from the forest behind you. And standing behind you is Alyssa with this force of many, many forest creatures. And she goes, well, you destroyed my fun little gift. But you will not be taking any more of my spotlight, Far. And that's where we're going to end our episode here.
I was gonna say, I draw my bow.
I have
my
one
action.
explicit question for Riley.
Yes.
You said that there's a big, like, murderous murder of crows.
Yes.
Like, all jumbled together and, like, looking very, like, anime cinematic.
Yes.
Cool. Surrounding her?
No, above her. Above
Okay.
her. Far above her.
Okay.
You're not lighting them all on fire at once, James.
Just
There is a murder and a conspiracy.
yeah, right? I love it.
I'm so excited. I'm so
And, yeah.
excited.
Doomy finally gets to do. I felt kind of bad because like Doomy doesn't really know like our group very well.
I mean, Doomy's pretty close with Dern, has heard some
but Dern's not
exploits and
here.
things, but Dern's not here. But
Now's your chance to shine.
Melissa is like fangirling it up about potentially fighting with Antifar right now.
Can Antifar fight, or do we have to protect her?
Antifar is stronger than any of us.
Yep.
Right.
But
It'll be a Magnus situation where
It
like,
will be
she's
a Magnus
probably
situation.
gonna hold back. I'm gonna cast 7th level spells because it will amuse one of the party members.
Oh, and I forgot
That's-
Doomy's stronger than we are.
Yeah.
That too.
But yeah, that's where we'll end the episode because obviously there's going to be a combat that's just about to start. You guys could have started combat with her at any time. But
Look,
I tried.
I roll a very specific dice where, like, it's evens and odds, and the answer when I get odds is odds are he probably wouldn't do this, and evens are, and that sounds about right.
Even though it's a bad
First
idea,
problem-
he's gonna do it anyways.
And when I saw the fox, I was like, Quill's on the fence. So I rolled my dice. I thought I was about to touch a fox, but I didn't.
That's fair. Somebody's
Not really
threatening Antifar in front of Quill.
Oh yeah, no. Quill's already stressed over this whole Dern thing. He's trying to keep it quiet. Like I said, it's probably going to eat at him more and more. But Antifar,
yeah.
Like
So
when your toddler tries to fight for you and defend your honor on the playground. It'll be great.
I will say that Antifar has been very busy today, so she is tuckered.
Yeah.
So she may not have all of her spells, just so you know.
We have
That's
no
fine.
idea what she's capable of.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
will need to talk to James about how to balance this kind of a thing, but that's fine.
It is fine. This is going to be great. I'm loving this.
who should we raid out to?
Very
I
good
found
question.
a channel called Mythical Family. that's
I
doing
like it.
some live D&D.
Live D&D.
And
Nothing
the
about family. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's not who I
I've
thought
been
it was.
following them for a little while, so
Never mind.
they do persistent campaigns and stuff. So,
Fantastic.
yeah. Thank you, Riley, for
No
tonight.
worries.
This was awesome.
Yeah, well,
I finally get to play again.
Yes, I know it was not, there was no combat or anything like that, but it's a setup episode, so
There could
The
have been
number one
at
thing
any
as a
point.
DM, the number one thing that annoys me as a DM when players are like, "We didn't fight 20 things today." It's like, you're not gonna fight things all the time, guys. Sometimes you're just gonna walk around and roll some dice.
I
It's all
attacked
good.
something.
it's true. You
Exactly.
exploded the Raven Jeremy.
Yeah.
I threatened to remove something from
Technically,
that sled.
we killed 2 things today. Because the Horus owl.
True.
No, he
I
didn't.
mean,
like he
I mean,
always looks
technically
like a
he
wet
didn't
owl.
die.
Yeah.
Still,
He's
I feel like he
vanished.
always looks like a wet owl.
Yeah. There's I have a good picture of him in Roll20. I'll show you guys in Discord later.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah.
But yes, thank you everybody for joining. And I look forward to seeing you all next week. This week's GM chat will not be run by me because I work, but
we are likely, as long as everybody's schedules align, we're gonna get together and roll up some characters for a charity fundraiser that we're going to be working on October 22nd for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So everybody's going to make a one-shot level 5 character. I debated based on the modules that David's written out for Make-A-Wish. They span 3, 4, and 5, and I'm just going to give you 5, and we'll upscale it because it needs to be.
Hell yeah!
It'll be a good time.
And as a reminder to everyone, starting next week, our regular streaming is moving to Monday nights.
Yes.
So the next installment of this combat, which we are all eagerly awaiting, will be taking place at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Monday, October the 3rd.
Yes. It'd be a good time.
Thank you to my players, and thank you to you guys.
We'll see you guys later. Good night.
Let's raid out.
Raid.